Ahoy, crypto pirates! Captain RG3 here, and this is your Discourse Syndicate. I am here once again alone, and Litecoin Moses is a few minutes behind. He's going to be here with us. Just finished my hamburger wrap and running way behind, way late. Fat fingered the intro and missed the end of the countdown. And what did he mean by his tweet today? Let me say hello to the chat room because you guys are absolutely friggin' awesome for hanging out with us. And let me go in here. Let's see if I can. I wish I had a date and a time on here so that I can see when you guys got in, because it's kind of like shows me all of my. So we got all the bouncing girls are in. Children of the Grave, Bran, Hextoshi, Mama Rock. By the way, thank you, Mama Rock, for the cool Pirate Hex crypto logo. That is much appreciated and awesome as all can be appreciated. Thank you. It's an octagon. It's not a hexagon. It's an octagon. But right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 octagon. So Kiki Couture is in here following. Wait a minute. That was from yesterday too. I think I can't even see. Let me go over to this chat. This one has everything. Colin, Hexander, Hexican Sweet. RDU too. What did I mean by the tweet today? You know what? Hey, Mama Rock. I was just messing around, guys. I just said I just threw that up there because somebody was hacking Twitter. So I just kind of said I did it. You know, that's all. That was it. I got a lot of DMs. People were thinking that I was trolling Adrian so hard that he finally like gave in and talked to me or something. But definitely not the case. Adrian is probably had it with me and he's not going to talk to me. That's for sure. So, but I just love, posting on his stuff. Stylus 19, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Fresh and delicious. Time to plunder that booty. Speaking of booty, Mama found my hex bag. She did, guys. So she's been kind of creeping around, and I've kept it all secret from her. I don't talk crypto to her because she went through 2017 and 2018. So she saw it go up and she saw it crash down. So she doesn't have a lot of faith in crypto, but she found out what was going on with Hex and she wanted to know. So I opened up the bag, let her see it, and she hasn't left me alone since. So it's been pretty cool. So plundering that booty, that's for sure. Let's see here. Walter Apracio 323, welcome and thank you for coming in. Hector the Protector 22, hey, what's up to you, bud? I'm good, man. Ace ATH, yo. Hey, man, were you the one that hacked Elon? Somebody hacked Elon today, right? Elon got hacked. I think the president got hacked. Let's see. Fabio Man. Right on. Welcome. Okay, then I'll have to look for a hexagon. Thank you. If you can find one, yeah, that would be cool. The reason we're a hexagon is because we're hex, right? So that's what the hexagon is for. Let's see. Hexavis says Peter Schiff is currently commenting on the Twitter thing and obviously Bitcoin too. Maybe we can get him on to talk about Puerto Rico. Peter Schiff, well, I might have done a little bit of damage with Peter Schiff. I don't think he's going to ever come on anything that I do. Hey, Brian Magruder, thanks for the diamond, bud. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And then let's see, Internet Lurker, got it. I figured that much. Yeah, you figured I was full of shit, huh? And I was definitely. I was just out there shit posting. That's all. Twitter's like the place that I like to just like shit post. I repost everybody's hex content. All all of the stuff that you guys have been doing in the Walmarts and whatnot, the Annette setup, which was freaking brilliant, by the way. The Annette, that was awesome. Everybody doing that is cool. That's cool stuff. And we were talking about throwing stickers up on signs the other day and shit. But I think that's much cooler and much less destructive and could cause a lot of less trouble. Let's see, Lurker, who's Adrian? Oh, you don't know who Adrian is? Let me see if I can pull Adrian up. Hold on a second here. Adrian is Adrian Eisen. He's I think he's from Sweden or Norway or something. He's in a Northern European. Well, maybe not Northern. I'm not real familiar with Europe, so I couldn't tell you. But he sounds like he's Swedish or something like that. Lives out in the wood. Guy is really, really smart when it comes to HEX, and he's thrown some kind of moon boy stuff out there. In fact, he's thrown a lot of moon boy stuff out there. But he's very good with his information and his math, and some of it can be considered moon boy. But he's always pulling the covers and throwing the punk card on, exchanges and other coins and other crypto communities that are bullshitting. And he lets it all hang out. He doesn't hold back. He lets it fly. And sometimes our good boy Adrian lets it fly a little much, and he can go out on left field and start saying some pretty crazy shit. I love it though, because it makes for good content on Twitter. He puts some good stuff up, and at first I didn't really acknowledge it, or I see some of his weird posts and go, dude, really? You gonna say some shit like that? And then I just kind of let it go. But then I was like, man, this stuff's too good to not post on. So I just answer him with some answers that kind of make it as funny as it is when he writes it. So let's see. The guy just wants to talk for hours. Are you talking to me or are you talking to Adrian? I don't know. Let's see. Brutal. I don't know what you're talking about, Ace. Me? I'm not trying to be brutal. I'm just trying to be brutally honest. Adrian is phone info on Twitter if you dare. Yeah, Mexican sweet. He's phone info. PHONEINF. And the thing about Adrian is, dude's got 1 million plus followers on YouTube, so he ain't no joke, man. I mean, he's done some freaking work out there. I guess he was in the electronics space, and but he's become a pretty big influencer in HEX. He's always got HEX content out there. The Swedish dude. Let's see. Peter is very in demand. Not that pro crypto. It deflates his bag. Yeah, you look at somebody posted something about stocks, and if you would have invested stocks, at 100 years ago, it would be worth this much. And gold was you made a couple bucks on it. It's one of those things that just didn't appreciate very, very much in the scheme of things. Hey, what's up, Gifting You Hex? How you doing, Gary? Let's see. Into the fire. Oh, hey, thanks for the our dancing girl there. I can't go out to do the Annette challenge. Yeah, if you're living in California, you can't go out either. They just shut us all down again because people don't know how to do shit responsibly and not freaking spread. And now our hospitals are getting all freaking jacked again. Hey, thanks for the Ninjagini, Brian. Throwing it down to us. Appreciate you, bro. So people in California just can't be adults. Can't take care of their shit. And now my sister-in-law was crying to us last night, and she says her hospital's full and she's got to go back to work. And my nephew's homesick with COVID, and they're making her go to work because she didn't register with a fever, even though she's in quarantine with him. They're making her go back to work. So she's got to go back and take care of a full hospital of patients because the freaking hospitals are full again over here. Hey, RG3 and Chatties. What's up, Crypto Goose? Woody 10K. Yeah, he's Swedish. Thank you. Yeah, I guess he is. That was my guess. See, Brian's here with Brian, what's up, Brian? Is Adrian a younger good texture? You know what? I'm not going to say that because they are not even in the same league. Adrian is a different type of human being. Both of them are smart chaps, I got to say. Good texture is a different kind of smart. Good texture is a sly, smart fox kind of guy. I really like Good Texture's brain. The guy knows what he is focused on, and when he has to refocus, he does it well and doesn't let his ego get in the way. That's what I like about that guy. He really has a way of pivoting when he needs to and saying that he was wrong when he was wrong, but is equally as strong when he thinks he's right. So anyway. Oh, what else? Hexologist. Peter was on JRE, and after 3 hours, he wanted to go for 6. Well, let's see. Let's see if we can get some more people on JRE. That's what we're working on. By the way, our team is doing really good over there. The media team has been putting stuff together and getting it out there. We're waiting for some answers on some interviews that we might be getting for RH. Let's see. Good to see you. Great to see you, Gary. Let's see. Riots are not to blame for COVID. You have immunity when robbing and pillaging. Riots are not to blame for COVID. You have immunity when robbing and pillaging, I guess. I don't know. We had riots for a couple of days, and then they all kind of subsided once the cops started bashing some heads and stopping them from doing their stupid bullshit, and they were getting some tennis shoes and bullshit, so whatever. Let's see. RG, what are your thoughts on trying to get some of the guys RH had on his streams on Discourse Syndicate like a follow-up? You know what? To be honest, our little show, I call it our little show. It's not that little. We've done really well, really fast. And, I mean, I'm pretty proud of it. So I mean, we've got, 600-700 people on YouTube. And because we can't go live over there anymore, we're, kind of dwindling down on that, but we're growing over here on Dlive, that's for sure, with like 300 plus, and I'm trying to do things to get people on it. And I only say that because a lot of these guys have, thousands of followers, and they see a little stream like this and they don't really pay attention to it or want to be part of it. So I've challenged them all. I'm willing to talk with any of them. I'm willing to have the same fights that they had with Richard. Would it do it any good? Probably not. Don't necessarily think that it's productive. If they wanted to come on and learn, if they wanted to come on and speak their piece and maybe get a little more information from us, then yeah. But I mean, if they want a fuck you show or whatever, then we could do that too. I mean, I'm just as good at it as anybody else. I'll go tell them to go screw themselves and what a bunch of idiots they are and all that. But I mean, is that really going to be productive for us? Is that going to help the HEX community any if we just fight with these idiots? They're going to come around. Well, maybe they won't, maybe there's still people that hate Tron, there's still people that hate Cardano. There's still people that hate all of the coins that they thought were scams, and they still do. And a lot of the maxis hate them all. So I don't think that flipping those people around or, putting their arm behind their back and getting them to say uncle is going to be any value to any of us, just let them be, let them go. I think that probably our best days ahead of us are going to be with people who are interested in HEX and are pro HEX and are people that we haven't even met yet or that we haven't talked to yet. I think that's where our best interviews are going to come from. And that's where our best content's going to come from, is new folks. So, I mean, if you find interested people out there, you guys this is our show, guys. This is our stuff here. If we want these people on, go get them. You know, I'm working out there trying, you know, doing everything I can to try and be as in everybody's face as I can, and trying to entice people to come in maybe, and you know, do that kind of stuff. And I've even asked a bunch of them, and I've asked a lot of the community too to come in and get involved. And a lot of you haven't come in that I've wanted to, you know, sit down and talk to and ask questions and get to know you. So, you know, this is your deal too, guys. Go ahead and get out there and get some people on this show. I'm game. I'm willing, man. I'll take anybody on. I'll bring anybody in here if they want to talk crypto, they want to talk hex. That's what this is for. It's discourse, you know, and you know, we can take a punch and we can give a punch, and afterwards be friends about it. See, when I was in the Marine Corps, you know, this is something that I took with me, you know, for the rest of my life. We used to do what's called throwdown, and throwdown was, I mean, just beat each other's ass, whatever. It was just one of those things. It was a hazing deal. Like sometimes there'd be 4 guys on the new guy, and he'd get thrown down on, but afterwards we dusted each other off. We went over to the E Club and we threw back some freaking coldies, and everything was cool. We were singing in the jukebox later and hanging out, and it was all good. And that happened often, and that happened all the time in that atmosphere. So I kind of took that with me, and I don't mean necessarily physical violence. I mean, that was young men Marine crap that, you know, went on. I'm talking about discourse. I'm talking about throwing down with people and then calling it all good. You know, like, that's something that people just don't do anymore. It's the weirdest culture, man. I mean, I've got buddies, and one of my good friends just passed away in December, but I have buddies that we didn't always agree on politics and all of these things. And we'd have some knockdown, drag out, freaking throwdown fights about it. But then afterwards we were all cool. And I don't see that anymore today. I see people getting all freaking butthurt about stuff, and then they start posting behind each other's back all this other stuff. And it just, I don't know. I don't see that, like, hey, we fought, we beat each other up, we agree to disagree, and it's all good now. So let's shake hands and go have a beer kind of attitude, you know? Anyway, I miss that. And I want that here. So that's what I want here. Is I want us to be, you know, sometimes you see me even with the Cutthroats, you know, I have nothing but utmost respect for every guy that I've put in the Cutthroat channel, and gal. We have one girl. Anybody who's in there, I have nothing but respect for, and that's why I put them in there. And sometimes I'll be on the show and I'll shut them up, or I'll slap them down, or I'll say something to them, or they'll say something to me, but I never hold any grudges against them. And even you guys in the chat, you know, some of you guys will talk shit and I'll talk shit back, but you guys are all welcome here, and you're all welcome to your discourse. And, you know, I'm going to make it all right afterwards. That's the way I think it should be. So yeah, Moses is joining. I'm going to put him in a second. Hold on a second. Let's see. Let me read a little of the chat. What are your thoughts on trying to, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I feel you. I was thinking if they maybe had a change of heart or looked into it. Yeah, man. If they do, oh fuck, dude, I love it. Bring them. Let's talk, you know? And even if they didn't have a change of heart and they just want to beat on us a little more, come on in, join, get in the hexagon here. Let's see. There must be, Hexivus says there must be other open-minded people with large following out there to have on. Yeah, let's do it. Bring them. Is Moses joining? Yeah, he's in the green room right now. I'm making him wait because he's fucking late again. So he's sitting there. I'm going to go through the chat real quick. Let's see. He's laughing now. A good back and forth to shake out the details makes a good show. The Hexy show was great. Yeah, it was. You know, it was shitty. It was hurtful. The aftermath was sucked. But it was good to get all that stuff out in the air and people to talk about it. And both communities, both sides of the argument, to, you know, reflect on how they all acted about it. You know, some of the shit that was said in back rooms and stuff. You know, like I didn't ban anybody for some of the stupid shit they said to me. I didn't ban them. I didn't unfollow them. I didn't do any of that. I said, hey, you know, that's cool. You know, you feel the way you do. That's great. And that's not what I was trying to do here. That's not what I was attempting to do here. So, say la vie. Let's see. I agree, RG3. People can't accept that other people have opposing opinions. Well, you don't have to accept that somebody has an opposing opinion. You have to have discourse, and then eventually you have to agree to disagree, because then it turns into nothing but a shit fest. Because when it turns into insults and it turns into your mom and all that kind of crap, it's useless at that point. What you've done is you've agreed to disagree, and out of fear, you've attacked somebody's personality or something that's close to them, or their, whatever, their feelies. So that's just the end of it at that point. It's like, you may as well start punching each other out and then call it good. You know what I mean? See, Peter McCormick was claiming RH was hacked and promoted a scam. He is such a tool. Yeah, we know Peter McCormick is a freaking dode. But you know what else he is? He's he's the kind of guy that probably pulled the wings off of flies when he was a little fucking kid. Because I saw a video of him. Somebody was doing the VR or something. And he's like, "Oh no, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to do nothing to you." And this guy's like walking in VR, like on top of a building. He's got like freaking, on the top of a building trying to go across the plank or something with the VR on. And McCormick freaking pushes the guy over while you got the VR on. Just one of those, he's just a dick, whatever. Let's see. I lost a friendship over difference of opinions. I just brushed it off. I can disagree with you and still be friends with you. Damn straight, man. Look, you know what? Everybody who's come into my life, pretty much, good or bad, has been an influence in it. I've learned something, even if they did something shitty to me, I learned something from them. One of my philosophies is I never burn a bridge. I do everything I can to not burn a bridge. Now, there's been some bridges that are burned. Don't get me wrong. It's not, it's kind of impossible to not happen. At some point, somebody does so much damage to you, or you do so much damage to them, it's just unmendable, and at that point you just need to walk away from one another, but for the most part, if you can stop those things before they escalate, if you can agree to disagree on things before they escalate into something else, into something very damaging, then, you can save a lot of those relationships. All these people in my life, the 52 plus years that I've been on this planet are important to me. So I do everything I can to keep those relationships. You never know when you're going to need that person, or that person's going to need you, and you should be there for them. So think about that. Just got on. What did I miss? This sounds deep. Yeah, I'm just philosophizing with you guys right now while I'm fucking with Moses. So let's see here. HEX, the second largest religion in the world after BTC. Well, I hate religions, but it's close, I guess. It's close. People really, really like it that way. I'm curious. Is Crypto Lark like to come on? Hey, I'll take him, man. Bring him. I guess you will give Moses shit all the time as long as he holds Litecoin. You know what? I don't care that he holds Litecoin. That's like, it's like if the guy wears panties or something underneath his jeans, I don't care. That's like his thing, If he's got to do that and behind closed doors, that's fine. As long as he doesn't do it in front of me, as long as he doesn't show me his bags of Litecoin, then we're cool. He can have all that stuff he wants. Let's see. Social niche media, cancel culture, gassing people's emotions, brainwashed into thinking we can't disagree and still be friendly. Bizarro world. Yeah, Stylus, it's freaking crazy, man. It's like, man, go ahead and freaking punch each other in the face, but it's cool afterwards, please. Let's see. Greta, to interact with those, great to interact with those you don't agree with. Hard to find the right person. Squarp. Okay, let me let Moses in. He's been sitting there long enough. What's up, bud? You're on, but your mute is muted.
There we go.
There we go.
What's up?
Dude?
Yeah, don't worry. You won't ever see the panties, man. Don't worry.
Oh, let's see. I'm going to the chat right now because we don't have a guest today. We don't have anything special. We were hoping for something a little special today, but we haven't been able to nail it down. And we've got a lot of people that haven't wanted to come on the show now. Well, I agree. And that's why I'm trying to go through the chat and just kind of talk with people about subjects and stuff. Let's see. Let me go through it again. So Woody 10K RG3 always have secret guests on who knows who it is tonight. Good point. Style is RG3 have the same philosophy, bro. Hey, Bran, right on, man. That's good, man, because you're a young dude, man, and for you to think that way, that gives me hope that the younger generations are kind of picking up some of the things. You know,
that was some good advice you gave on our burning bridges, man. Because there's some people I've met in other coins that I've talked to that fuckers are burning bridges left and right for no fucking reason.
Yeah, and you never know.
So stupid.
You never know where you end up. You know, because I worked in an industry for, gosh, almost 30 years, and it was full of roughnecks, man. I mean, the millwright business, the machinery moving business, that world, that construction world, is a bunch of roughneck kind of guys. And you know, I moved around a couple of different chimes to different jobs, and when I really needed something, you know, there was a bridge there that I didn't burn, and I said, "Hey, bro, I need a new job. I got it. You know, I'm looking for this or that." And boom, yeah, man, anytime, bro. You're awesome. Bring you in, you know. And so because I didn't burn any bridges, I was able to be very flexible in life when it came to, you know, work and those kinds of things. So, you know, my philosophy, you always got to do your best to keep those relationships strong, you know, because you never know where you're going to end up. You know, especially like in a working situation, who you're going to end up working for, you know, or who's going to be your boss, you know, especially at work. You mess with some dude and you fuck with him and you hate him and you jack with him and you do stupid shit to him. And then all of a sudden he's your boss. Now what? You know what I mean? When it comes time for you to get a promotion and it's you or the other dude or her, you're screwed, man, because you know that guy's going, well, now it's my time for payback, you know, and you know, and that kind of shit happens, man. That kind of shit happens. So let's see. Who are you, RG3? Why do you not discourse your real name? Well, I don't know. I mean, we've all kind of like gone with, you know, in crypto, everybody's like got this paranoia about doxing and all this stuff, and
it's just funner to call people by usernames.
And it's fun to call people by usernames, and I mean, and because we are so close to hacker community, you know, because exposing yourself to the hacker, you know, going on Facebook and letting people know who your first and last name is and showing your family's pictures and sharing them with friends and families of friends and families is one thing. But exposing yourself and calling out hackers and calling out, you know, crypto devs and people like that who have access to all kinds of tools and nifty shit, you kind of want to keep a little bit of a low profile, especially when you're a guy like me talking shit about other coins and talking shit about other communities and, you know, kind of in your face. You're real susceptible to attack. So I like RG3.
Yeah.
Let's see.
At the end of the day, half these pussy. I mean, I'm not to say anything bad about like some people, but like some of these hackers are just fucking pussies. And well, to it, like if they would be crying like a little girl on the internet too if someone did that to them. You know what I mean? Bitching and moaning, but they do it to other people. You know, and then it's just this asshole shit. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just like that's why don't ever fuck around on 4chan. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I don't even go over there.
Do not do that ever in your life. If you want to fuck your life up, go ahead. Have fun.
Oh, Fresh and Delicious says Ryan Gosling the Third. Thanks, dude.
Ryan Gosling the Third. Right. And I'm Dogecoin. Dogecoin Mohammed. There we go.
Dogecoin Mohammed. Abe Lincoln. I don't like that man. I just I must get to know him better.
All
right, you got me on that one, Crypto Goose. Fucking good one, dude. Let's see. I think Peter McCormick must be Craig Wright's cousin or something. They could be.
Yeah.
So you're not a hex cult religion set then. Long Dong Hex. Nice name. He's on the Twitch, guys. So you're not a hex cult religion set then.
And even Peter McCormick's fucking full of shit when it comes to like not being a maximalist or something like that. The dude's over there conversating with people in the background of all these conventions. 99% of crypto, like everyone either has a little Bitcoin, but the rest of it's all altcoins. What the fuck are you talking about? In exchanges, and what do exchanges do? Get you to buy altcoins. So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, yeah. Damn. Dude. And then you think it was magic that he was just out there lounging around, getting drunk with fucking what's his name? Justin Sun.
Justin Sun.
Bro, come on.
Whatever.
I mean, that was pretty cool, Justin Sun, though. That shit was funny.
Yeah, yeah. It was funny.
Tron's a shitcoin. Yeah,
it's a shitcoin. Yeah, it's a big shitcoin. He's like freaking faded as hell too, man. And he was like,
gone, dude.
Let's see. Political correctness is fascism, pretending to have manners. Fascism. So political correctness is fascism, pretending to have manners. All right. I guess if it's a fascist that's doing it, then yeah, sure. I'll buy that for that person or whatever.
Yeah. But don't get that confused with just not having not being like, because you don't want to be a cunt all the time. Because it's like you can't go through this world just telling everyone the truth in terms of like hurting someone's feelings on purpose. You know what I mean?
So, dude, how did that word? So when I was growing up, the C word, I even have a hard time saying it at my age because that was like the one word you didn't say, man. And now it's like, I know a lot of Europeans use that word. Like a lot of people from Australia use that word. I know that, what was his name? Like Z's, the guy, the bodybuilder dude that was like Mr. Aesthetics and everything. He used this. Yeah. He used the C word all the time. And I was like, man, this is getting popularized. Now I see it on Twitter all the time. And like I said, like a lot of our European friends use it. Dude, I mean, when I was growing up, you didn't fucking use that word. That was like, you know, the N word and then the C word were like, you just didn't use those, man. That was like, those were like women use that to like fight with each other, like when it was really, really bad type of shit. Yeah. And, you know,
I mean, we should bring it back, man. We should fuck these commies.
Well, I guess it's coming back. It just cringes me every time I hear it. I'm like, oh, jeez, man, you said
you could probably think like South Park and some of these shows early on in Comedy Central that kind of got it kind of popping back again and stuff. But that's not that bad. I mean, as long as the intent isn't like towards someone, it isn't like saying something like the N word, where it's like there's a lot of hate behind that word. You know what I mean?
There's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot. I will never refer to him as Hex Jesus, Franklin says.
Cool.
Oh, I will only refer to him as Hex Jesus. So
even cooler.
You're not Litecoin Moses. You are just Hex Jesus. Let's see. Hey, Hexavist, did you get the Twitter message I sent? Oh, those guys are talking. Hex Toshi is talking to people. People should understand that Hex is great, but people likely still hold other bags. You don't just want a hammer to be the only tool you, I guess one Hexy mofo was saying you don't want Hex to be, you know, well, Hex isn't a hammer. It's a multi-tool, bro. It's like having a freaking multi-tool with the cutters and the pliers and the knives and the screwdrivers. That's what Hex is. So you might get away with just using Hex. There might be some other tools you'll need, but
I mean, short term, what I see for growing it like Hex adoption, one, the price goes up, of course, right? More interest. Two, you're going to start getting some Ethereum people sort of getting pissed off at like their Ethereum being locked. And then, you know, like if people rather, I mean, if you give people, that's the cool thing about Hex is it's your choice. You conversate with the contract, you figure out how long you want to stake your stuff, and that's it, right? And then three, eventually there's going to be some kind of a DeFi hack or a liquidation on a mass scale. And then people are going to be like, you know, look it over here, you know?
Yeah. I hate when my screen starts doing this, man. I start getting this flashy freaking thing going on.
Is that the green screen or what? Oh.
Yeah, every once in a while my green screen will do that, but I don't know why. See, okay, so Litecoin Moses, why do you have Jesus after Hex? Well, that's where he wants to put it.
Right.
So,
I mean, is Jesus Hex? Jesus Hex doesn't sound as cool. Hex Jesus sounds.
Yeah, Hex
sexy.
Jesus sounds much better than Jesus Hex. That's like
Right.
that sounds like blasphemy. Jesus Hex.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't sound. Just rolls off the tongue a little better. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's see. No,
like try saying Moses Litecoin. That doesn't sound as good.
Moses,
you know what I mean?
Litecoin. Moses Litecoin Jesus Hex. Yeah. It's long, bro. It's really long. But it works. It's working. See, no profit in making enemies. Yes, Swarp. I believe that. Very well said, RG3. Thank you. Into the fire. Swarp, good call. Okay. Internet Lurker says, my first boss I still have a relationship with and help him from time to time. 16 years later, I can count on him to borrow a tool or, that's exactly it, man. It's like, why would you make friends and lose them? There's no reason for it unless you have to get away from them. There's times when you just got to get away from somebody. I've got a very good friend that I got really close to that did some horrible things to me financially. And I just had to walk away from that person because they just kind of lost it and did a lot of bad things to a lot of other people that I cared about and their own family and everything else. And just had to walk away from that one. And probably there's a handful of people in this hand that I don't ever want to see again. But then there's a handful of people in this hand that I trust with my life, my family, my everything. I can trust like a handful of people with that much. And then everybody else is, in that don't burn that bridge bag.
Right.
Let's see. This is crypto, bro. That's why. OPSEC needed crazies are out there. Yeah, man. Freaking Twitter's getting hacked.
To push a Bitcoin scam, which didn't make sense at all. They could have done all kinds of other shit, but they chose Bitcoin. Strange. Especially the most trackable cryptocurrency in the world, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see what else is going on in here. Does your real name actually matter? It's your content and value that we like. Hey, thanks, Fresh and Delicious. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. That's what I'm hoping for, is that you guys like it and that we can answer questions and talk and have cool stuff going on here. Let's see. We do not need KYC part of the thing Hex. We do not need KYC part of the Hex thing, Hex. Okay. Let's see. Can Litecoin go into what he means about 4chan? Oh, you got a little message about 4chan. You did throw a warning out there. So
right. They're very, very vindictive people in the 4chans, that 4chan chats and stuff, right? You ask some stupid questions, here you go, F word and this, right, and everything, which is cool. But then let's just say you could be arguing with somebody on the internet that's just looking to fuck you up and just wants a reason so he doesn't look like a bad guy on the forums, right? Mm-hmm. So the minute like you mess up, like, oh, we can all attack this guy, yay! And they all go in and try to find out who you are just to fuck with you, because their pastime is trolling people and hurting people's lives on that platform. There's a lot of good information, a lot of cool shit in there, but you got to be like this. I mean, if you want to go ahead, conversate if you like, dude, but like, fuck that, man.
Okay, so that's it. Buyer beware of 4chan.
Yeah,
it's good stuff there, but hey,
you can go a little more wild on Reddit, but it's just like there is just some evil motherfuckers with computer skills just looking for a reason to fuck people up, just because, I don't know, they're not happy with their lives, or they just get a sick joy out of like doxing people. And like they do this to girls all the time on there too, like, hey, they put pictures and stuff like, hey, find out what this person is, and they put all her information or all guys' information, or like, dude, it can get some slime bag dirty shit in there sometimes. So like, nah.
Let's see. Litecoin Moses, do you believe in Sharia law?
Sharia law? Prima nocta, bro.
You know what? That's some of the crap that I see. Like, people are talking about, like Sharia law taking over and stuff, and I'm like, are you Are you fucking kidding me? Really? That's like,
dude.
I wish all of those religious things would just go away from my my governments and my politics and my everything. It's like, put that stuff in your house, man. Do that shit in your own private life. You know, whatever gets you through your day, that's cool. Whatever gets you through your day, and you know, I try not to talk about those things on here, but you know, just keep it to yourself. Let's see. I agree, Moses. I use it once a month. What, Sharia law? Let's see. If I followed RH advice to a T, I would have significantly more shares and coins. But did I sell my stack of Bitcoin before the large jump? I'm going to say no. Is that what you're saying?
I think he probably means like the 2017 top, and then went to sell it and stuff or something like that. Probably.
Oh, so this guy's trolling. Long Dong is trolling. Hey, Long Dong Hex Jesus, do you swam to fast during Ramadan? You're just freaking tearing it up, bro. That's just content right there. Let's see. Hex makes it hard not to be a maximalist. Yeah, Brian. Yeah. I mean, you know, you it's hard to believe in other stuff when you've got something that's like, oh, what, finished project? Oh, something that's done.
Yeah, but you can't just be such a cunt to other stuff as well, because it just turns people off to it. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta be honey, not vinegar. Sometimes, you know, unless someone's coming at you with some heat, then like, all right, you two-piece them up and shit a little bit if he's like swinging at you. But
Alan pie charted us on our talk of other coins, and we talk about other coins more than Hex, he said. So I've got to work on fixing the pie chart. I've been working on it, Alan. I'm trying.
I got to get you on the podcast, Alan. It's funny.
Let's see. Ha ha ha. I'm trolling, but for real, Jesus is a tribling. Add Doge Muhammad to that name. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Congratulations. You've received 100 messages today. That's the Restream chat talking to me.
Yeah.
Let's see. You could just go with Hex Jesus and get rid of that Litecoin stuff.
I just type it's just because it's there. I just hit because I'm usually late. I just push the start stream button before I change the name out or something. It's whatever. If you guys want, I mean, I'll just put it to Hex Jesus. It's whatever.
Hex Jesus lessons for you. Thou shalt not take the name of thy Lord God or thy God, Lord thy God in vain. Ha 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 ha. God damn ha ha.
I didn't know Jesus was God, bro.
Yeah, whatever. They put way too much effort into scamming. Okay, the Hex Moses works. Is Long Dong a retard? Yes, guys. Long Dong is what you just said.
Long Dong Silvers.
Okay.
I know his pirate name now.
I sold my Bitcoin before the first pump price low. Okay, so we got through the chat so far.
Cool.
Smuggle hard. So what is going on out there, dude?
Well, it's basically what's going on is that people have gotten really bored with Bitcoin and are now like
people are really bored with everything, right?
Dude, they're just throwing into DeFi and they're just throwing into projects. Like they're just like, you know, fuck it. I've got enough whatever this coin. I'm throwing it into the altcoins and stuff, which is, you know, good. You know, are we having
a fake altcoin season? Is that what's going on? Like a premature fake altcoin season because they tried to pump Bitcoin, they couldn't, so now they're all going DeFi alts.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're it's like an altcoin spring, or like, I mean, the real altcoin season is really only 3 months. Really, you know, it's like the peak of the bull market phase, but like the spring is really nice and long and stuff. But I mean, shit, man, more money goes into Ethereum and these other coins, more it can flow into Hex. So fuck yeah. And then what ends up happening, let's just say that people have made like 3-4 times on their money, which is like nothing compared to Hex, but to them it's like fuck. You end up having some play money to want to like, you know what? Let me throw a safety bet in here into Hex just to make sure that I don't, you know, feel like a dummy later on or something. You know, because it's so, I mean, that's what everyone's doing right now. I mean, like anyone I talk to that's into alts and everything is just like, like this is the last chance to get any of these altcoins cheap. Hex, everything included. This is the last time. That's the sentiment right now. Is like, if I gotta place my bets right now.
That's always like the hype term, bro. It's like,
I know, but
I'm
I'm
never gonna see it at this price again. Yeah, because it's gonna dip below that.
Right. But this is from people that never talk like that. I'm hearing that from like strange dudes, like strange dudes that never say that. I'm like, wow, what the hell? Like, even my buddy Wasabi and some of these other guys are like, yeah, it's like stuff's starting to get a little expensive to get thousands of it or 10,000s of it. It's like, whoa, 1 million of it, dude. It's starting to cost real money now. Like, that's what everyone's freaking out because, like, let's just say someone was trying to get into like Hex or Cardano or something. Like, it's starting to take some money now, and like people, you tell people for a while.
To get a significant amount when
Right.
people are talking like they have millions of Hex or millions of this or millions of that, it's changing. It's
right.
Changing.
Yeah.
I don't know if, it's all speculation that what's bringing an altcoin season. I mean, look at the, of course things are probably shifting and some of the older dead projects are probably finally really dying. I mean, I haven't done any analysis on it. I don't look that deep into shit anymore.
Right.
I just don't have the time to waste on it all. I mean, Hex is like, the only thing I really care about, watching, looking at the price, looking at what's happening, but everything else, I mean, where are we at? Market cap, $278 billion. So, it's looking good. Bitcoin dominance is at 61%. So that's, been dropping recently. So, I mean, is that what counts as the altcoin season or whatever?
Yeah. It's just a couple, some people are just taking some Bitcoin and moving it over here. And then there's also, you've got a lot of the stable coins also pumping money into and like you're starting to see like whale alerts all the time. Like $15 million of Tether just got moved over to Binance or to Huobi or whatever, and you're starting to see that like across a bunch of coins. We're seeing a shit ton of movement, so we'll see what happens. Like, I think the other day it was like $100 million of Link was moved over to like an exchange and shit, and people were like so scared like Chainlink was going to dump or something.
Yeah, and that's what's that other outfit that's been buying all the Bitcoin? That big outfit.
Which
yeah, everybody knows who they are. I'm having a freaking
Tether?
No. That organization that's buying all the Bitcoin. What are they called? Somebody will say it here.
Oh, Grayscale.
Grayscale, yeah, Grayscale. I saw they 900. What did they buy? $900,000 worth, or something.
They're basically
$900 million worth, or something like that.
Yeah, they're buying a bunch of Bitcoin, and then also there's right now the fees are kind of they're waiting for the fees to kind of bottom out on Ethereum, and they're gonna start buying a shit ton of Ethereum too and shit. They even doubled up on Litecoin holdings as well, and bunch of shit. And then there's also that.
And what are they? What are they though?
It's kind of a paper. It's kind of like it's like they're holding it, but it's a paper version of it. But
so they're doing like paper gold type of shit. They're gonna sell certificates like Bitcoin certificates.
Like whatever. You have the paper, but they're holding the coins. So you know what I mean?
Just like that gives us so much. Why do people do that? I mean, it's like, okay, we're gonna let you own it on paper, so that means I'm gonna hold it. Let me sell to you, but I'm gonna hold it. You can't hold. You can't have it. I'm gonna hold it for you.
The whole game is because there's more regulation on it, because they're basically letting people from the 401k money gamble with this. This is 401k money that's in the shit. Yeah,
they're letting people you can change like an asset class, like if you move from oil to freaking commodities or a higher risk to lower risk in your 401k, you can move it into crypto. Is that what they're trying to do? Create like a crypto
kind of on ramp and stuff. So like the big thing with this one is, so it's not like Robinhood where you can actually buy the big. I mean, but even on Robinhood, it's like you have it there, but you can't move it. So it's like not really even yours at all. But at least you can put it on a Robinhood account. But with GBTC, you're literally using retirement money to invest into it on an account and stuff. So it's like another level of stuff. So like most guys on Robinhood and stuff, you're talking like 18 to 35 tops still using that with like GBTC. You're talking about people who were like anywhere from like 30s to 60s. And that's big, way bigger money. They've accumulated a lot of nurses, doctors, whatever, playing some big money playing in that little field and shit. And more people are buying it and stuff.
So it's Kathy, who's Kathy? Kathy runs the ARC investment funds. Maybe that's it. ARC. Her ARC W fund has purchased over 500,000 shares of Grayscale's BTC Trust, GBTC. Okay, so Grayscale's trust is the GBTC. Gotcha. Now I understand it. See, that's how little of research I've done.
Yeah.
But I get what it is now, and it's just another version of futures or whatever, trying to bring some institutional money in. And
right, but there's been some big hedge fund manager that just openly started saying like, yeah, I'm buying now. And that really got like all the shit on high. Like he was like the first real fund manager who's got billions of dollars under management. That he's like, yeah, we're starting to buy Bitcoin now. And of course, all other, which is kind of good for all. I mean, even though we it's whatever, but like Bitcoin is just kind of a buoy where like it let the boomers and everyone pump up that right there, because it then trickles tons of cash into everything else, which for us to play around with and stuff. But yeah, and then I forgot the other thing I was going to say. But yeah, I mean, then you get an increased Ethereum price, and then Ethereum prices are really good for Hex, because we use Uniswap. Because that number, let's just say an Ethereum went from like $250 to 500, in terms of how much it would move the price, it's not a double, it's like literally a triple or a quadruple, because it's a bigger buying more of it, so it shocks the system and really starts amplifying the spikes up in coins and stuff. So usually when you see Ethereum pop, then right after it calms down, pop, you start seeing alts start popping, especially as Uniswap. I retweeted the other day that like Uniswap's like 50% of all the transactions in DeFi or something like that. Like it's a monster. It's beating out Kyber network and everything else, 1inch exchange and everything. So Uniswap's like out here fucking growing quick and stuff. So Uniswap's
funny is nobody knows shit about it. When you talk to people, I mean, I've talked to some intelligent motherfuckers about it, and they've been like, well, "What's that? Never seen it. Never heard of it." I'm like, man, it's the coolest DeFi exchange you've ever seen. I mean, it's just like if you're into any ERC20, you should know what the freaking hell Uniswap is. I mean,
right.
It's strange that people don't know. I mean, now they got V2's out. It's already, morphing itself and whatnot, and people still aren't, too hip to it.
And even Uniswap is kind of playing funny numbers with the Hex numbers too, because they're only counting V2 numbers when they post anything. They don't post the V1 numbers. when talking about Hex, I notice that all the time. Like, what the fuck? Hex should be like at least in the middle list or on the higher. What's going on? I was like, V2. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. Let's see. Hex is prime for Gresham's law. You know what? I probably know what the concept of Gresham's law is, but I don't know what Gresham's law is. Just to let everybody know, I'm let's see, Gresham's law. Let's see here. There it is, Gresham's. The tendency of money to lower intrinsic value to circulate more freely than money of higher intrinsic value and equal normal value, often expressed as bad money. It's the bad money drives out good thing. Okay, gotcha. That's Gresham's. I've heard of it now. Yep. Okay, sure. So they're trying to get the good money to drive out the bad with that, is what you're talking about. Okay, I get it.
Right.
Let's see. How come there's no Litecoin on Uniswap? Because Litecoin is not an ERC20. Zaza.
There's a big opening right now for someone to take what Uniswap did and then just do all cryptos on it, or any crypto. At least the major ones. I mean, there's, but they just don't want to do. Yeah, it's possible. Of course, it's possible. It's just they don't want to. It's like Richard even mentioned it a little bit, where like you could create some kind of exchange.
No, I mean, is it possible that somebody would not be, that somebody would want to do that. I mean, that they want that out there. I mean, is it, I mean, I'm just saying, why isn't it there now? I mean, what, why?
Because they're like, right, like, all right, they have this really cool no KYC exchange Uniswap, right? And they want to keep the money inside of the ETH ecosystem. They don't want some of it to leak away into other systems, right? So if you put Litecoin, Bitcoin, and you start putting this instantly, like the biggest liquidity pool is going to be Bitcoin to Ethereum, or Bitcoin to this and this, and then from there, it's just basically they just want like the money always kind of flowing and sloshing around in the ETH system, right? And then that's why I think Richard said that if they made a Hex one and everything, like he could add other coins, but he probably won't. I mean, he can, or they can, or whoever is going to make it.
Hermes says it's coming out July 20th. Any swap is coming out July 20th. So Zazamaza, thank you. Let's see. Changely to swap BTC or Litecoin to Hex. On Changely, you could change it over. Yes, I think that's what they said was that happened a little while ago. I think they had put Hex on Changely.
I'd have to throw 10 Litecoin at Hex.
I wasn't able to get on Changely though. They like blocked me from using it. I don't know if it's because of being in the US or what, Paul Tudor Jones is buying lots of.
Oh, Paul Tudor Jones, yeah.
He was buying a ton of BTC futures.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we in this chat over here?
Yeah. Is everyone still dollar cost averaging at the Hex? I'm asking the chat that.
I mean, I'm like, tapped out of investing into crypto right now. So I'm just waiting for stakes.
Oh, I got you.
When I started the stream, I told everybody my wife found my stakes. She found my book because I wrote all my stakes down in a book and had it in the safe, and I had taken it out and I was going through it. So one more stake that I want to pull and do. And so I was looking through it and she found it. She's like, what's all this?
I'm surprised she didn't ask for a bigger ring.
You know what? That's what's cool. I got one of those wives that she doesn't want the bigger ring. She wants the bigger stakes.
Yeah. There we go.
She wants bigger stakes.
Wagyu.
Yeah, she don't. Yeah. She doesn't like the fancy rings and all the flowers and stuff like that. She's like, show me the money, put the money down. So let's see. I'm buying as much Hex as I can physically buy, which isn't a ton, but I'm trying to get 1 million before big payday. Man, get to that 1 million before big payday. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. And then stake that shit.
Yeah. I mean, 10,000 Hex a day for a year. Shit,
it's magic.
It's a good amount of money. It's a good amount of Hex. 3.6 million.
John Wallace says she wants the bigger toilet roll. You know what? I don't think I can do anything to help that one, man. The toilet roll thing has me freaking baffled. I'm like, wow. Yeah, wow. So let's see. I'm buying it. Oh, we got that. I want to buy more, but I have to wait. Life be like that sometimes, though. Yeah, and Hexable, it is. You can only do what you can do, man. Don't go getting yourself extended, and don't go margining and shit, and don't go maxing credit cards. And I mean, that is financial advice. Stay away from all that leverage bullshit and trying to leverage your shit. I mean, I know people who've done it and done well, or some people that have gotten wrecked, but I mean, it usually never ends well.
Right.
It's not a good thing.
I think that stuff for a lot of the long-term holders that are in crypto right now are going to start using that shit on the next cycle. I really do think so, because I think we're literally doing a fucking, not a carbon copy, but a sort of a weird, our version of the 1920s, the Roaring 20s. We're going to start doing that with crypto, I think, in this next, these next 9 years and shit. And
I hope you're right, brother. I hope you're right, man.
But I mean, dude, like I think the rest of the economy is going to get pretty fucked for a little bit, but I think this side's going to do pretty good, just from what I'm seeing. But a lot of it was fueled with easy. I mean, if you look at what DeFi is doing and all these loaning platforms, it's just basically like, here, leave your coins here. I'll give you more coins, and you could do all this cool stuff here, right? So then that's essentially you're creating loans of money that didn't exist, and then from there, it's like you're creating a credit cycle in crypto. Which already has a 4-year cycle anyway. So it's like we're just putting gasoline on top of fucking fire, and it's gonna it's gonna be cool if you can catch it right, but if you can't, man, holy shit, that's gonna be bad. That's gonna be bad.
I hope you're right.
I think I am, but I mean, I don't know. I've had this like 1920s sort of thing for a minute thinking about it. Like I was just like, it could be all synthetic coin, disintegration where everyone's money disappears and shit and transfers off to other people. That might be our black, the stock market crash of 29 or some shit.
It's funny, because when my wife was telling me, she was like, explain this to me. How much is here? And what is that? And she was getting all excited about it. And then she's like, well, where is it at now? Where is it when you got it? And she's like, oh my gosh, 116x. And then she said, but this is crypto, right? I said, yeah. She goes, so it can all go to zero, right? I was like, yeah, you're my wife, all right. She knows. So yeah, she said, so this could be worthless. I said, yeah, it could be worthless or it could be worth a lot. Yes, you're absolutely right. So that's what. Let's see. Yeah. So what else have we got in here? I prefer paying for my shit up front, Franklin says. Yeah, Franklin, that's the absolute way to do it. And I hope it's your freaking bubblegum money. That's all I can say. Any thoughts on the Hexy? Oh boy, I said it. I don't have any thoughts. I guess they're still in the middle of changing their V1 or their V2 that they changed from V1 back to V1. And
right. Aren't they going to V3?
They're going to do a V3 after they go back to this V1 because I guess their V2, they couldn't get it up and running. So now they're going to go to their V1 and they're going to launch their V3 after. So they're just going to run with V1 until they can get to their V3 out.
It just sounds like they need a V8,
Oh man, you guys are all too much. Here's the thing about all that. And I mean, when Good Texture came on and gave him all that shit, and he rightfully so. He asked some good questions, and then they launched their V2 and they had a bug and they had to pull it down and all the liquidity got pulled out of their Uniswap and so that's a lot of suspect stuff. I get it. And the thing is that from what I see now, they've all been, their community is very active. All of their devs are very active with their community. Let them know what's going on. It still hasn't come back yet. They haven't launched it yet. So the jury is still out on it. All the other dApps that are out there being very, very quiet. I haven't heard much talk about all the other dApps or whether they're failing or doing good or scamming out, but I don't think anybody has scammed out. Right. I see that some of them had some problems.
Except for shrimps.
Except for the shrimps and the XYZ pool, they full on scammed out. But the other stuff, and again, it's like, if you're involved in crypto, you're already risking. If you're involved in HEX, you're risking even more. Right. If you're involved in something that's built on HEX or around HEX or part of it like Hexy, you're risking more. So your risk levels just keep rising. The reward levels keep rising also. And it's just crypto. So that's why I tell everybody, don't get too freaking up on your high horse about your crypto because like RG3's wife said, it could go to zero, motherfuckers. It could go to zero. This is crypto. And we saw crashes before, when something can go down 95% and be the king of the crypto, then you gotta hold caution on what you're doing with crypto. So it's all risk. Let's see. Uniswap Twitter followers surpassed my personal ones yesterday. Kind of cool milestone. Hey, Firebun, what's up, dude?
Firebun.
Good to have you in here, bud.
The Spice Lord.
5,555. The Quattro Cinco Club here. Dolomite. Nice. Day one club. Oh, Dolomite. Not only is he a Quattro Cinco, but he's a FOMO boy. Right on. Let's see.
Definitely. I'm still doing some laddered stakes right now off of just what I'm buying daily.
Yeah, that's what I've got to finish with my last one I pull. I've got a couple more years of ladders I want to make out there at the, 7, 8, 9, 10-year range.
Oh, I did do one of my stakes. I think I said that maybe like a week or two ago that I was gonna take one of my stakes and actually spread it out a little bit, which I did. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of work. RG3, the wife knows. No, yeah, she does, man. Freaking screwed brand. Smart woman, so it could all go to zero. Yep. Should say final thoughts on Hexy. Well, my final thoughts on Hexy. There is no final thoughts. The jury's still out, and like I said, they've got work to do. Let them do their work. Let them prove themselves, and we'll comment on it then. At this point, there's really nothing to comment about. Community's still strong. They're over there freaking talking to each other in the chat rooms and high-fiving and hoping for the best. And like I said, the devs are in there supporting them, and a lot of their community people are dropping, coins on them, and they're all fired up, man. So, being fired up doesn't mean something that is going to work. But it doesn't look like they've failed yet. They've made their mistakes, and it looks like they're trying to back up and fix them. So jury's out. Let them do their thing and let them be is my deal. Like I said, we can get into a fight. We can slap each other around. We can pull some heavy questions on people, but you got to let people prove themselves. You got to let things prove itself. So anyway, that's my last final thoughts on Hexy. Good luck to them and more power to them. We'll see. Ether, the price moves a lot, and I do well because I'm liquid, or the price doesn't move, and I was better off staking for longer. Well, yeah, you're always better off staking for longer. Staking longer is always. Let's see, Franklin. Triggered. Me? I don't know. Probably. I get triggered easy, bro. I get triggered easy. Haha, Fireburn, congrats. I have 7 Uniswap.vision windows open right now. It's my go-to start window. No to the link. All right, yeah.
I'm surprised Chad's not cracking the whip on fire. Going, get back to work. What are you doing out?
What are you doing out? Get your ass back in there. Are we still going to reach the prediction? It was GT predicting of 0.01 by the end of July. Well, Good Texture has, like I said, he's walked back some of the things he said. Now he's got some new prediction out there. I forget what it was. It was like, was he talking? Was it? I thought I saw him tweet something like 5 cents by 2022 or 55 cents or something like that by 2022.
0.55 or something. Yeah.
Was it that 55?
I think it was 0.55, but I don't know when. I don't know. Like I just see red flags everywhere. Just like a communist parade. So I'm not sure what's going on. And now he's the Kool-Aid man. And then the other day, I think he was Tone Bays for a second.
Who?
Good Texture?
GT?
Yeah, GT. He had a picture of I think it was Tone Bays with purple and green or something. It looked like Tone Bays, and then the next day he's like fucking Kool-Aid man. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh man, let's see. Yeah, he retracted the 33-cent price. He did, and that's what I was saying in the beginning. He'll turn on a dime if he thinks he's wrong. RG3, I'm really glad that you have a healthy mindset on crypto. You inspired me to be more wise. You're a good role model. Lol. Yeah, exactly. Lol. The last thing I am is a role model, bro. Now, I might have some words of wisdom that fly out of my ass every once in a while, but that's just because I've been beat the hell the fuck up for so many years, doing so many things wrong, that you can learn from my mistakes is really the only thing that RG3 has for you, is that I've made a shit ton of mistakes in life, in crypto, in finances, in business, and you name it. And but I'm still going. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I just keep moving forward. I call it failing forward.
Right.
You get yourself up and you use those things as experiences, because your failures do not define you. Your failures do not define you. Your failures are things that you learn from. And you have to really, when you fail, the hardest thing to do is look at that failure. You need to really look at those failures and go, where did I screw up? Where did I let principles lapse and my personality take over, or emotions take over, or how did I make an emotional decision that screwed up the outcome of this? You really got to look at your mistakes and see where you made a mistake. Was it a lapse of judgment in somebody else's character, or in your own character, or your abilities, or what? And then do what you can to work on that, so that the next time that opportunity, or that type of an opportunity, or that situation comes up, that you're better prepared to slap it in the face versus it slapping you in the face. So right. Thanks, Unhexable. I appreciate the compliment, but I'm not really a thought leader. I'm more of a guy that's just been through the ringer. I'm been wrecked up from the freaking neck up. That's for sure.
Grizzled vet.
What's that?
Grizzled vet.
Grizzled, salty, freaking pirate vet. So let's see. Franklin says, I like that Hexy is held to a higher standard because of the relation to Hex. Yeah, I mean, sure, it is being held high, and it's got a high bar. If you're going to compare it to Hex, if you're going to compare anything to Hex, it's gonna fall short. I mean, 100% uptime, finished product, freaking craziest, coolest crypto that anyone's ever seen. Fighting the FUD. It's got everything, man. It's like the total pirate crypto is Hex. Right. It's just like, it's got everything, man. It's,
Yeah.
Let's see.
Dude,
what's that?
Was it, no expectations, but I haven't heard much. I mean, from a stream from Richard in a minute, so he's cooking something up, man. I don't know, no expectations, but
he might. I think he was at a soccer game just recently or something. Right. I don't know. Let's see. I think the rewards stopped rising around V2. What's up, Big Kurkowski? Big Kurkowski's out in Puerto Rico, Hexorico. Yeah, he and I are going to have a conversation. He's setting up his entity, and I don't know. Did I say this? I got a couple of big newses to say, and I'm going to throw this on you right now, bro, because okay. I should have talked to you about this before, but I'm going to throw something out there. I'm waiting on negotiations right now, but I just picked up a kind of an international, well, not international, semi-international, U.S. Territories and whatnot, a consulting gig. So I may be doing some travel. It's part of it's in Puerto Rico. The crazy thing about it, it all came about like the last 2 days. So we've been doing this Puerto Rico thing, right? So all weekend, kind of like, we got the girl Tammy on, Kurkowski went out there, Gary's out there already doing his thing. And, so what I did was I said, well, what the hell, I'm going to throw my resume out to a bunch of, rigging companies and millwright companies that move heavy equipment and install stuff and whatnot. And so I threw it out there to a whole bunch of them. A couple of them in Puerto Rico, some around the United States and stuff. And I just threw it out there. Well, guy calls me back and says, hey, man, I got a gig for you. Can you be, in Virginia next week? And after the end of the week, can I get you in Dallas? And I was like, well, what's your offer? So we're in the middle of negotiations right now. So pretty cool, but I might be out on the road and doing the show from there. I'll take my computer and we'll do it in freaking hotel rooms and we'll do it from airports and whatever we got to do. So, and the other thing is
that the globe.
Friday night hangout, the FN Hangout, we are going to move the FN Hangout to, this is up to you guys. And I know that the European guys hate the late start and all that, but now I can move it to 6:00 and maybe we can even move it to 5 if you guys want. Is that too early for you, bro?
Yeah. On Friday might be, but I can just show up a little bit later in the show if you guys want. I'm not going to rain on the parade if everyone wants 5:00,
Thanks, Bran. Appreciate the diamond, bro. And thanks for the congratulations. It hasn't happened yet. It's just an offer, and I countered, and we'll see what happens. They'll probably maybe meet me somewhere in the middle of
like $800 million started.
But what's cool is the whole thing is like they're gonna hire me as a consultant, so it'd be my own business. So I wouldn't be working for them, so I'll be able to use that in Puerto Rico, set up a business there, and the other news is my wife found out about the crypto. I threw Puerto Rico on her, right? And she was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I was like, "What?" So I was stoked on that. So yeah, so Mama wants to go to Puerto Rico, and my 14-year-old daughter, who I thought might be the real problem, she's like, "Down with it, Dad. Let's do it. Let's do it." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So we might be going there before big payday and going to check it out and have a little week in Puerto Rico or something. But yeah, so that's what went down with me, man. That's like
the move, man.
That's like
the move.
It like all happened like in the last few days, and so now we're looking at flights and talking and stuff. So it's cool. It's cool. Let's see what else is going on. I have so many financial losses over my years and missed opportunities that I'm hoping HEX is my big winner that makes the journey worth. Yeah, man. I a long time ago, somebody was selling me in network marketing. I was a network marketing professional for a decade, and diamond level, did well. But somebody told me, "Hey, this is your Microsoft moment, man. This is your Microsoft moment. This is, you should have, when people should have bought Microsoft back in the day when it was nothing, and this is your moment right now." And I've heard that so many times over the years now.
Microsoft moment.
It's like kind of fallen on deaf ears with me,
Right.
And but when you see something, I've seen many things. I've seen good things. I've seen bad things. I've seen things come and things go, and things that I thought were going to do good that did shitty, and things that did shitty that did good. That I thought were going to do shitty, but did good. But HEX is one of those things that I've looked in and out and back and forth and round and round, and it's just like, this friggin' thing's gonna do good. And that's what I thought from the beginning, when we went in February and started, purchasing HEX and getting ourselves in, AA lobby and doing and converting and doing all that stuff. And look what it's done. So I'm like, wow, maybe my intuition is right on this one, and so far it has been, and everything that I know now has only done nothing but,
Have we hit the 90-day stretch? The last 90 day?
Oh, you know what? I don't know, bro. I don't.
That's because I've been feeling for a minute now that it's like, it's shit's winding up, dude. It's like, I feel like we're gonna get a fucking pop right now.
It's been a long time coming, and when it comes, it's going to be glorious, and we're going to have some badass streams because of it. Let's see. Franklin's talking a bunch of shit. He's like, let's see, I'll be honest, if this shit goes to zero, I'm going with it. I will have
oh my god,
possibly that could have come out of it. I feel like every OG Hexican has or will have a stake for all 15 years at least. I do. I have stakes all the way out to 15. And I've got ladders in between, all the way to 15. So I've got big stakes and ladders all the way to 15. And I've even got some fatties at 15. And I've got one more that I want to dump out there at 15. I want to dump another fatty for the great RG7s or whatever they're going to be. So
RG7s.
Let's see, 55.55 in 5,555 days. Wow, that would be phenomenal to see that. Brand says, I'm always failing forward, RG3. That's a great term. It's yours now, Brand. You use it like you freaking own it, bro. Fail forward. Let's see. GT's avatar changes are some kind of HEX crypto mating call, from what I gather.
Oh yeah.
He's the stud boy, man. He's got it going on, that's for sure. Let's see. Learn some OG. No. W stands for win. L stands for learn. That's some OG knowledge. Hey, thanks, man. Let's see. Failures are defining moments, but do not define one. Exactly, Brian. Exactly, bro. Let's see. Congrats. Thank you. Any thoughts? Why? So here's Zaza Maza. Any thoughts why, as soon as we approach 1 billion market cap, we start dropping? Well, any thoughts why, as soon as we approach 1 billion market cap, we start? Well, I mean, there were a lot of different things going on at the time that we saw our drop, and it wasn't just one thing. I think people have done analysis and saw that some of the things from some of the DApps were moving funds, and that wasn't the only reason. And then the whole Bitcoin and crypto itself lost a lot of market cap at that point when we all started, going down. So there was a lot of things. The market. Hex did something in the market when everything else was stagnant, and during the pandemic outbreak and all that shit, Hex went to all-time highs, and that was interesting, and that was unique, and that was something special when it did 116x. I mean, that was something freaking special. Right. We were fired up, man. There was the chat rooms were just blowing. All the streams, Hexo stream, you couldn't even get into his chat. It was moving so fast. I mean, everybody was just fired the fuck up, man. And it was cool. It was cool. But there were a lot of things that changed the climate. So, a healthy dip is good. And that's what everybody always says when there's a 50% plus drop. I mean, healthy dip is good, and I don't want to sound like a fucking chart guy or anything. But retracing and dipping is good. I'm a little concerned myself about the staking percentage and where it's sitting. I thought we'd stay a little bit bigger on the staking percentage. I'm not quite understanding that, why so much of it is still liquid. I know that the originating address is growing, and I know that the amount of coins are growing, so that those are kind of offsetting the staking percentage. But I figured there'd be a lot more being staked,
Right.
So
there's probably gonna be a little FOMO, probably a month out or so.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Yeah, that's gonna be like, October is gonna be just like, it's gonna be crazy.
I mean, full pirate suits. Yeah,
like, so November, the first 2 weeks of November. I mean, as soon as November 1st comes, I think that's when you're gonna see like full FOMO freaking stake. It's gonna be like, get in, get your big payday. I mean, people are gonna be jumping in like crazy.
Which makes me laugh because they're gonna be all clustered the same month. We'll see. Well, we'll see. But I mean, I think a lot of
maybe
351.
Maybe we can educate people enough to, hey, if you
stagger them a bit,
stagger them and look at the charts. I mean, you can go to hex.vision and look at where everything's at. I mean, you can see where the stakes are at and kind of judge where you're going to put it. I mean, it's never an end all be all with those charts, because somebody could come stake on top of your stake and whatever,
But you know what I think is going to happen is that we're going to be sort of like Richard telling, don't FOMO on day one. Don't put all your stakes in November every single year, right? And people ain't going to listen.
Well, that might be the month to avoid, or so that maybe if you're a September or October, you're going to be getting the pump, and then the Novembers come out and the pump, I don't know. It's all up for speculation at this point,
What new number? We're going to come up with some name for November. What?
Let's see what the chat is. So, good luck with it all, RG3. Hope it works out well for you. Thanks, Into the Fire. That's awesome. Yeah, thanks, Franklin. Yashi Diesel, RG, I'm going to PR to visit as well. Nice, dude. I hope it works out for you. It's really a cool place, man. I love Costa Rica. That's like, but Puerto Rico seems just as nice. I've seen some really cool, like country waterfalls, beaches. I mean, it looks,
$1.
It's like the same place, it's like really cool. Congrats on the family support. Yeah, man, Brian. You know, I know I feel for a lot of people out there in crypto because, you know, my family's not that supportive either. Especially, I don't know if I told you guys this. I know I told you guys a story, but we had a cousin. He's very famous. He does television. He's a television personality guy. Anyway, I won't mention him, but he got into crypto. I helped him get into Bitcoin and all this. Well, he sold at the top. He sold at $19,000 top, and he didn't have a ton in there. He had like 70 grand. You know, he got 70 grand from it. He walked and he built this big, lavish, you know, backyard swimming pool. He lives in Tennessee, and he bought this huge backyard and dumped it all in there, and I helped. So my wife sees what he got, and then we have another friend who like he crushed Monero. I mean, crushed. So we have this community where I live. It's like I live in the land of Karens, guys. I mean, this is the
land of Karens.
The land of freaking Karens out here. And my whole neighborhood is so in the place that I live, there used to be in Orange County, there was a lot of business people that owned their own businesses, very wealthy people. Well, they all moved out to where I'm at. We all moved out about the same time, about 20 years ago, 17 years ago. We all moved out here to buy big houses and property and have, you know, the bigger home and all that stuff, and get away from the, you know, the gangs and everything in Orange County, which really isn't that bad compared to like LA County and all that stuff. But so we all came out here, and so we've got all these wealthy entrepreneurial Karens all over the place out here. And I forget where I was going with this now, but damn it.
Comparisons.
What's that?
You said like you live in a neighborhood full of Karens. You have a cousin and stuff that had a gangster ass backyard.
Yeah.
The Monero friend.
Oh yeah. So you're freaking good. That's awesome. So there's all these very wealthy people. So one of the guys who he and I were in the same business together at some point, and he went like all in Monero early. Yeah. And just freaking, I'm talking very wealthy. He's building in our town, he's building this home up on the hill that's like bigger than everything out here. It's worth, you know, millions. He did well. And so of course, now I got to get the sour grapes. So, you know, they work out in our gym. My wife's friends with his wife and the whole thing. So, you know, she sees her, you know, getting the cars and, you know, the special treatments and going to the spas and all that kind of stuff. And so my wife doesn't say it, but I know she's got sour grapes because I didn't sell at the top like everybody else did.
Oh my God.
So,
sheesh.
Yeah. So so I understand what somebody was saying about this family support. I know that a lot of crypto people don't get support for your family. So hang in there, guys. You've got something here. You got a tiger by the tail with HEX, because it's going to be something that the crypto world has never seen. I think we got one, guys. I think we got one. We redeem ourselves with our families. If you're one of those ones that everybody won't support you because you're in crypto, you know, I've got a whole bunch of them. Believe me. That's why I can't pitch HEX, because none of them believe in me. Let's see. So you just have to keep trying shit until something works, and then keep trying other shit. Yes. Fresh and delicious. Yes. One of my favorite sayings is by Curly Joe of the Three Stooges. Anybody ever heard of the Three Stooges? It might be a little old for all of you guys, but when I was a kid, we used to watch Three Stooges, and Curly Joe said this, and it's a quote. It says, if at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed. Yep. That's how that goes. Let's see. RG3 Pirate. I felt the same way about HEX, bro. Even when Richard hadn't developed it, he talking about HEX a couple of years back. Yep, he's been talking about it for a while. HEX is built on core values that I value, so it's easy for me to believe in HEX. Besides, complete, etc. Aha. So the word believe means that internally, you know, you have decided that this was good. You don't have to believe in HEX. HEX is a fact. The fact is that HEX is finished. It's immutable. You are the one that mints it yourself. You are the one that stakes it. You are the one that unstakes it. And nobody can fuck with that. Turn it on, turn it off, change it. The only thing that you have that's a variable in HEX is the price of it and where it's sitting at that time in the market when you want to realize gains from it. That's it. The project is done. It is a fact. You don't have to believe in HEX. It's a fact that if you take your HEX that you got and you put it and you stake it, you are going to have more HEX. You are going to do better with your HEX stake than you did when you had it. And the longer you put it out there, the better it's going to be. Period. End of story. That's a fact. You don't have to believe in that. That's a fact. Now, believing in price go up is maybe a different tune. Let's see. HEX is built. Read that. Your lips to God's ears. Oh man, that's one of those things I heard in one of my buddies talk. Okay, I remember that saying. Saying RG3, I got a big stake at 15 years, man, and ladders in between.
Nice.
Fatty 15s.
Dude, in each year that passes by, when you hit that stake, holy shit, it just keeps getting crazier, especially for some of the math and shit we were figuring out.
To 80x gains by the time the interest is realized out there. And who knows, what kind of end stake penalties you're going to get.
Right there.
At year 10, how many people are going to okay, so you got your 15-year stake out there, right?
Right.
You're at year 10 and we have a pump. So we have a big pump and you got some 15-year fucking fatties out there going, you know what? I've waited 10 years for this son of a bitch. It is so fat. I'm good. I can get out right now. I'm good. I am so good. So you're going to have a bunch of people just go, I'll take the 15 now at 10, right? And then that's going to pump those 15-year stakes even more. And then they're going to continue to grow for another. So if you've got strong ass 15-year hands, I'm going to be surprised to see how many people can hold out for 15 years because it really relative it's short, but it is a long time out there, especially in crypto, especially when you're watching price go.
My honest opinion, those first 15-year stakes, literally, when I say this, I'm not lying. There's going to be 50 people that unlock them, literally. I mean, that first month or for that first year of the 15-year stakes, I really think there's only going to be 50 people that make it. I mean, really. That little people, man.
Yeah. No, it's going to be, I mean, I'll make it. I know that because I won't be here to unstake it more than likely. Let's see. Mama Rock, thank you for the diamond. And thank you for the really bitchin' cool RG3 Pirate HEX freaking banner spinning around. Cool. That's cool. Appreciate you. By the way, everybody, I always say it because she comes in here and she's so active in our chat and she's always dropping diamonds and ice creams and ninja guineas and stuff on us. And she's become part of the community. She's learning from you guys. So she is a Dliver and she has her own channel. For those of you that don't know Mama Rock, she's helping us with the Dlive community. And I don't know why I don't see her show pop up I need to figure out how to set up a reminder so that when her show comes up, I can host it because I want to start hosting as many shows that I can. So when hers comes up, I'll host it. And she has a paranormal freaking show. She does some cool shit. She's got spirit boxes and stuff. So for those of you God-fearing folk out there in the chat room, just
does she do card readings too, or no?
Yeah, she does. She does card readings.
Dude, that's gonna be so cool. Some people in the HEX community all right, read my cards. Let's go.
she's got all kinds of cool stuff, and she's got a good community that supports her and goes in her chats and stuff. So she's Mama Rock is our Dlive freaking ambassador. She's been hanging out with us and hooking us up. Right. Let's see. So I'm really happy for guys like Brian. They have this incredible opportunity to set themselves up for life at a young age. Great stuff. Yeah, into the fire. Me too, man. I'm 50 plus 2 years plus 3 years old. And, I don't have a lot of options left when it comes to don't get me wrong. I've done well in my life. I've done well. I've got things. I've got, I'm good. I'm not in the poorhouse or anything like that. I've done well.
But all the aluminum.
Yeah, I got all the aluminum on the side of the house. I'll be all right. But these guys, these young guys, you 30 somethings, you guys have got an opportunity of a freaking lifetime here to put an asset away. Now, I mean, it's still risky. So I'm not giving this advice for you to pull your 401k out and do all that kind of stuff. But if you just put a little bit, of what you can afford, like if you quit smoking cigarettes and quit, doing stupid shit and instead of going to Vegas with that 10% of your income every few months or whatever that you're doing, going to the horses, whatever it is you're doing, sticking dope in your body, whatever, shooting roids, whatever it is that you're doing, knock that shit off and play with some HEX and throw a couple of 15-year stakes out there and look what it could do for you. I mean, just a little bit at 80, 80X is not, what it's going to do, but that's what some people are talking when they're doing the math that, man, this thing could really, really multiply out that far. So you guys have a golden opportunity to really, set yourself up with some cool crypto gains. That's for sure. I don't know what it's going to look like money wise, but it's going to be some cool crypto gains. Let's see. RG3. I know you got some tax advice for Hexologist. Spill it. You know what? I'm actually working with a tax professional on that right now. Look, it's not an easy thing. It's not like, hey, I'm just going to go to Puerto Rico and I'm going to, realize my HEX gains and it's all good. No, you got to live there, man. I mean, you got to pick up. And for a guy like me, I've got a family. I've got a teenage daughter. I've got a kid that's going to college. I got a young one, 4-year-old. Everybody's seen RG4. But, I've got, it's going to be hard for me to do it now. Luckily, my family's thinking about doing it. We're going to look into it. But you've got to literally pick up stakes, go down there, set up residency, and they've got a litmus test for you. So you can't just go realize your HEX gains out in Puerto Rico. You've got to pass their litmus test. And that means you've got like a year. I think you've got up to 3 years to purchase a home. The rules are changing, though. They just changed the rules. And they went to this Act 60 versus the 20 and 22. So now, in order to get your zero gains on capital gains, which is anything you make out of stocks and bonds and crypto and all that. So if you're cashing in your HEX, you're going to get a zero tax rate. So you're not going to be taxed at all. But you have to set up residency there, and you're going to have to pay $10,000. It was $5,000 a year, but now you're going to pay $10,000 a year to a charity of your choice or to one of theirs that they have in Puerto Rico. So they want you to give up 10 G's, but you're going to 10 G's is a lot cheaper if you're unstaking some big fat stakes, And then if you want to set up a business out there, internet business, content creator on YouTube, if you're making money doing that, or you're doing consulting work like what I'm planning on doing, traveling the United States and around doing some consulting work, then, you're going to get a 4% tax rate. So it's a really awesome deal if you're a U.S. citizen, and I'm sorry for people who are Europeans and whatnot, I think you can still get by. We talked about that. I think that you have to go through some type of a U.S. immigration type of filing, and then you can go to Puerto Rico. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but there's some people there that can help you with it. The gal Tammy that was on there, she had a little more information. And when I get back with Gary and Big K on it, maybe we'll put somebody's link up here if you guys want to talk to them a little more in depth about, would it be worth it based upon, the stakes and the gains that you have in HEX to take yourself out there and uproot yourself, your family or whatever, and go to Hexologist and do that. I mean, zero's good, man. It doesn't get any better than zero. So it might be something, but you do have to pass a litmus test, meaning you have to be there for 153 days out of the year. You do have to own a home within 3 years. And you have to prove that you're, part of the community, paying your charity off and those kinds of things. So not really difficult, but not just hey, I'm going to fly to Puerto Rico, fill out some paperwork and fly back and realize my gains whenever I want. You got to set up bank accounts down there. You got to be present. But we've got some things in the mix. We've got a cell phone company that's very inexpensive. You can get a burner phone for out there, handle your business out there. We've got a couple of banks now that are very helpful and easy to set up. And then, of course, you want to set yourself up an LLC, limited liability corporation, to veil yourself on all of that stuff. So yeah, that's I don't want to get too much into it. We've been talking about it for the last 3 days, but yeah, that's what's going on with that. Let's see. Whales are using the AA. Once that is gone, it will be interesting to see where the whales go.
You have to market buy.
Uniswap price slippage could be significant. You're right. You are absolutely right. Yeah. And what is that going to do to price?
Right. Can I tell you one thing that I've been thinking about for a while?
Tell me two things.
Okay, I'll tell you 3 things. All right. But I think the exchanges are going to be late to the fucking party. From what I've seen, there might be 1 or 2 medium-sized exchanges that are going to catch the AA before it goes out, and get really good hex price. But then, who knows? I mean, because it's they have to get, if they want liquidity on their exchange, they have to buy, hex, right? So who knows? I mean, it could be right now. What's going on is some of these whales could be, gathering enough hex for a big exchange listing
to add liquidity.
Well, yeah, because you need a lot of hex in order to because you could end up getting a lot of people buying up, right? The liquidity and stuff. So they need a couple billion in hex to do a grand opening on an exchange.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. But I think that's going to dry up really quick, because as soon as they buy it, what do they want to do with it? Stake it. Fuck, I don't have any more hex. Where'd I get more? Let me go to the then they have to start buying from the market and stuff. It's sort of like what's going on with it's sort of like when the order book runs out, they have to go back to the, Uniswap's the buyer, the last, or you have to entice the price high enough to make people want to dump some hex, some of their liquid hex, in order to give it to the exchanges so they could sell it on their people or whatever. This game's gonna get crazy, man.
It's definitely gonna be fun and exciting. It's gonna be fun and exciting. That's for sure. I'm down for it, man. I'm ready. Yeah. 2017 was a lot of fun. It didn't end fun. For me anyway. Didn't end fun. But it was a lot of fun. Let's see. The day is young. Let's see. Litecoin looks like dumber than dumber. All right, dude. Litecoin, go ahead. Have at him. That's Long Dong Hex saying something stupid again.
Long Dong Hex. Come on, bro. Please. Whatever, bro. Show your face, dude. Come on. Come on stream, man.
Come on stream. People are gamblers. RG3 in crypto. Everyone wants to make 100x liquids and sell it. Well, you know what, dude? You're absolutely right. Everybody that's in, my wife even said it. It's like putting it all on black. Can we just take it out here and put it all on black? Can you emergency end stake everything and put it all on black? And I think that's just as good. She made a good point for it, because I was like, my wife knows crypto, that's for sure. But yeah, you're right. I don't want to make 100x and then let it sit there. I don't want to do that. I don't. And then the problem is that we're always hoping for another 100x on top of it.
Right. But it's always smart to have some money, so you don't feel like you got to have some cash to be able to hold. Right. I mean, it's really rare you meet somebody that can really. I mean, a lot of us held, bags through 2017, but a lot of the guys, they barely got in, 3 months into the pump, so they didn't have enough to even give. I mean, they cared about it, but they mostly were, accruing doing 2018, 19, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, I know you were buying pretty early, so I know you were in a lot of the coins and stuff. So it's a different story for you.
It was a mess. It was just a mess. Absolute freaking ICO. I stepped in ICO.
Just for you, man.
Hey, thank you. Let's see.
Cheers.
It's going to be awesome for long stakers. Don't educate them too much. Yeah, man. I mean, the value of long staking is it's just that it doesn't get any better than long. That's for sure. Long is the way to go. If you can stake some long, man, you're gonna
and make it. And
here's
make it.
Here's what people are gonna do. They're gonna stake. They're gonna stake a bunch, like I did. I staked a bunch for December, January. All these early stakes, and I realized what I had done. And there's still a lot of people out there that didn't realize what they'd done, and it's still sitting there. And they're gonna be pissed. And they probably got some long stakes too, some little ones. They probably put little stake out there, long 10-year, maybe a 15-year, 555 or something. And they're gonna see the gains on that, and they're gonna go, "Holy shit! What did I do? I should have went long with all this stuff." So yes, it's gonna be a sad realization for a lot of people who have long stakes, little long stakes. And they're going to look at their big stake that they took out in November, December, January, and they're going to go, "Oh shit." Let's see. I hope the OA will stake half of its stack. Then EES after big payday to benefit the staking class. Yeah, we've talked about that often, but we've also talked about that might not be possible. It might not be something that's really helps the situation. But we still got to see. Let's see. OA won't stake. Will use your stack to crush any fork attempts. Now, and that's the other argument.
True. I do see maybe if let's just say we got to fucking something ridiculous after like big payday that we're like, I don't know, 15% staked or some shit, then they might, kind of as like a, stake motherfuckers. Maybe, but I mean, who knows, but it won't be the whole stack or anything like that. But man, glorious be those days to those who stake.
And glory will be to those who stake. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Hey, we got 109 people in the stream right now.
What's up?
Right on. What's up, everybody? If you're new to Discourse Syndicate, thank you for coming in and welcome. Subscribe to us. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers or subs or whatever. I think it's 1,000 followers. We got 324. It's going to take us a while to get to 1,000, but we're going to take over Dlive, man. We want to take over Dlive and be right there next to Hexo and bringing crypto content and Hex crypto content to Dlive, because we're kind of making this our stream, or our streaming platform as far as crypto is concerned.
I think the 4, the 8, and the 12 year are going to be some good staking years.
4, 8, yeah, because they're right around all the major years, and the price maybe go up during those times.
6-8 months after the halvenings. Yeah.
If OAEES, they get half of the penalty back. Yes, they do. That is true. That's one of the things that we've talked about, was the OA will get half of those penalties back to them because they get half the penalties. So if the OA did stake an emergency end stake, it's only a 50%,
Oh, here's like a little known fact also too. If when you're emergency unstaking, let's just say you're like 1 week away from hitting your end stake, right? And you're like, screw it, I'm gonna get most of it. No, wait, hold up, homie. Literally, let's just say you got 1 day before your thing ended, right? If you emergency unstake 1 day before, you'll lose 50% of your gains. You'll still get your principal plus 50% of the interest, but the other 50% gets given to you on the last day once you complete. So if you got a week or you got 3 weeks left on your stake, just fucking wait it out, dude. That's like 50% more interest, dude. That's a lot. That's a lot, man.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. Yeah, that's how it was explained to me, that even let's just say you have a 400-day stake, just to make it a round number. You're on day 399. And I'm emergency unstake. You'll get your principal, 50% of the interest. The other 50% gets given to you on that 1 day extra. So it's like literally, you really want to
really. So the last day you gain your extra 50% of interest.
Yeah, because I think it's like it gets divided or something by like one number or something, and that equals up the other percentage of it. So like, let's just say you're 75% done with your stake.
If fucked up, man. That's fucked up, Richard.
Dude, that shit is fuck, man.
That's some cold shit right there. That's cool.
I mean, but that's the whip. That's the carrot in the stick, man, to keep you fucking. I mean, you don't want to. Also, too, you also like, even though we're like, eventually, there will be some people pretty pissed off at that sort of stuff. I do see in the other ecosystems like ETH and Cardano and Tezos and stuff. They're a little too fair. They're fair weather stakers, where like, at least with Cardano and Tezos, and any bad news, anything happens, instantly all the liquidity is on the fucking exchange, and price, where like in Hex you do have to think about it. You're like, do I want to do this? And sometimes that extra let me think about it will get your irrational mind rational to like make some good decisions and stuff. You know what I mean? Or like, I mean, you put that stake there, I put that stake there. Shit, you're right. I you know what, I'll leave it. Fuck, what am I doing?
It should be one of those things, unless you have a situation where emergency end stake is necessary to realize more gains in Hex, which is the only reasons why I emergency end staked one of my stakes, and why I'm going to emergency end stake two more at the same time. But it's only just so you can realize, over time, and my shares are going to go up so much. They've already gone up so much more just by doing that it's like, wow, I'm so glad that function was there for me. Yeah. Hey, a little bit of news. Bank deposits in Australia are at risk. ABC News article today. Pull out and get safe in Hex deposits.
Damn.
Well, I mean, it's going to happen, man. Financial crisis is upon the world right now. And,
do you know what's going on even right now with Bank of America and JP Morgan? Like, so, like, let's just say, because I have a lot of older, I mean, you know this, right? You get paid by somebody to give you a check, if they still give you a check or something, and you deposit it. You know how they usually give you half the amount now and then the rest in the next day? What they're doing now is you deposit it and you get nothing until the next day. So what they're doing is they're using your money to kind of front run a little bit, sort of like giving themselves like an overnight repo loan on your own money, on your deposit money. And then they give you your money.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's all time deposit interest for the banks, So when they don't give you your money, when they're holding your money, when anybody's holding your money, that's what they're doing with it. They've got it there, and it's gaining interest on top of everything else.
Even on Coinbase or Robinhood, they're repothecating your money, which means they're taking your money that's yours and making money on it and giving you diddly squat.
That's why Hex is so awesome, because you're making your money and you're in control of your money. You're in control of your Hex, and you're making more Hex, and you're in control of it. Period. End of story. Right. And you're the bank, so when somebody does emergency end stake, when somebody does lose those that interest, you're getting it. You're a part of it. So that's what's cool. Let's see. Next year, we will start to see daily emergency end stakes that continue to feed strong hand stakes. Yep, I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are trying to pass bail-in laws here in Australia. Wow, it's starting.
Wait, bail-in laws?
Yeah, bail-in laws here in Australia.
Do you guys know what that is? That's fucking crazy, dude. That means if they're let's just say the bank's short on some money, they can just evenly take like a 10% of everyone's saving haircut from your savings, and to position the bank so it's in green again. So what the fuck? Yeah, what the hell, man? That's crazy. That's literally what killed the euro internationally. Was like the minute they did that with Cyprus, like everyone stopped using the fucking euro.
And he said they are trying to pass bail-in laws, so it's on the table. The fact is on the table.
That means they must be trying to do it in the UK too. Holy shit!
Europeans have Portugal. Yeah, you guys got Portugal. Portugal is I guess kind of like our Puerto Rico. You guys have Portugal out there, and Malta. But Malta, man, it's a beautiful place. Don't get me wrong, but it's expensive. And then there's a couple other ones you can do that.
I've always wondered why Spain never conquered Portugal. That was always like I don't know. It's like right next to. I mean, literally, if you look on the map, it's like a sandwich. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know. I asked my history teacher one time that when I was younger, and then she didn't answer me, so I don't know. I got to look into that one day. Maybe they've tried and just failed, like always or something.
So Germany, they said there are no taxes on crypto gains after a year in Germany. Okay. I think Montana in the U.S. has some type of
for 5 years.
For 5 years, you get what?
No, you pay no taxes on any corporation. You just got to do an LLC.
Oh, okay.
I'll put it in the Cutthroats and stuff if you want to put it for the next show. I'll find you the link for that. It's okay. You just got to incorporate all your funds. I'm not sure if it's a loose wallet or maybe just stuff that's in like Coinbase and stuff, but like I know if you put all those into an LLC that's owned by the LLC, and then it's from that state, then it's tax free essentially.
Oh,
just for 5 years, sort of like what they did originally with to help the internet companies out during the early 2000s, where they paid no taxes. They kind of were letting them pay no sales tax on anything. So that's why like the internet commerce grew so much as well.
Nice.
Yeah, and then they cracked them with the hammer, or cracked us with the hammer.
So Smugglard said, "I've started a self-directed IRA LLC for my crypto going forward. No need to go to PR." Well, yeah, an LLC is what you want to do, and I guess that IRA you can pull it out when it's time. I'd like to realize a little bit more of those gains a little earlier, my friend, than waiting for IRA time.
Right. Or you can do a Roth or whatever. Just pay the taxes up front.
Yeah, you pay the taxes up front, though. You're still paying them. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, man, I have a nice amount of HEX. I don't keep much in my bank accounts here in Australia. Yeah, good for you. They're talking about doing some weird shit out there. 250K plus are affected, but in dire times, no doubt there will be an all deposit clause in the rules. Effing bank. Oh, the C word.
Yeah.
What's up, RG3? Band Live Bear. Hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah. I think you ever hear that one thing where it's supposedly like what's it called? Like Social Security is unfunded, right? You've heard that before, right?
Yeah.
They asked a couple like ex-governors of the Fed and stuff, and they were just started laughing when like dude, if that ever happened, we just fucking print the money and give people their Social Security.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's Social Security has been under attack and under scrutiny for it's one of the last big tranches of money in the U.S. Right. They want it. They want to get it out of there. They want to dissolve it so that they can spread it amongst themselves. That's what they've been doing. They've been dissolving the post office. They've been dissolving just about everything. They've tried to take the money out of everything. We don't have here in the U.S. We don't have representative government anymore. We have lobby power government. So the lobbyists that have made the tax deductions and all of the money available to the people that paid for it, that wanted it more than all the rest of us, or all the people that don't have that type of power, type of lobby.
Can you imagine in 8 years we're the head of the HEX lobby in Washington? I'm vice president of the committee of the HEX community and stuff. Over here in Washington, and what we do is legislate laws to help the HEX community in the United States and across the globe. We have over 150 offices across many nations. It's like sort of like bullshit. Like, can you imagine? I mean, shit. Everything's HEX possible, man. I mean, shit.
Let's see. I'm just looking on the chat here. I always have some HEX that is liquid in case of an emergency, or if I want to take small profits. Yes, I've got a liquid stack too, and that liquid stack is going to stay with me until just before big payday, and then it's going to go out there into Cuatro Cinco land, a big fatty for Cuatro Cinco land, unless I want to realize a little bit of it, and we have a big pump. Yeah. That's what it's for me anyway.
And don't forget about the staking ladder strategies. Like, make sure you guys look that up on Google, like what that is, because like you could end up like after 5 years, you could end up every stake that you unlock is 5 years forever into perpetuity. If you stake everything correctly, if you know what you're doing. But like, I would just do some research into staking ladder strategies, and you could do 10 ladder, 15-year ladder stakes and stuff. That's what people do in the real world, where like every time a bond comes up or a CD comes up, it's always like a 10-year CD or a 5-year CD or an 8-year CD. So all this stuff's possible.
Yeah. Internet Lurker says, I can't sit on my hands for that long. It's the equivalent to holding bags during 2017. I'd rather just leave it liquid and wait for the USD. Hey man, you know what? I can't argue with him because, you know,
Yeah.
2017 freaking shell shocked a bunch of people, man.
Right.
Serious PTSD out there, some serious crypto PTSD. I thought the OZA exam for emergency end stake penalties in the smart contract. I will have to check it again. Someone says, I thought the OA is exempt from emergency end stake penalty in the smart contract. I will have to check that again.
Half of it, right? I mean, they still pay half.
They get half of all the end stake penalties, but do they get half of their own? That's what I think he's saying. They may be exempt. But I've never seen that. That's the first I've heard of it. So I don't know. That's something that maybe we need an answer to.
Right.
If I was younger, I would definitely make a few big 555 stakes. I want to enjoy the money while I can. I hear you, bro.
Hey.
So your price gains are totally different. Price gains are totally different to div gains. Yes, indeed. Indeed, they are completely different from one another and completely unhinged from one another. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know who. Hexonaut. Hey, what's up, Hexonaut? First half of stake interest is gone no matter what if you EES. First half of stakes interest is gone no matter what if you EES. Yes, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
So if you go all the way to like 400, you go to 399, you got to go to 400 to realize it, or you lose 50% on day 399. Right.
So that means even on emergency end stakes of, let's say you get like 75% of the way there, that means you only get a quarter of your interest plus your principal. That means that 75% of interest gets given to the stakers, which is like, that's why it's so gigantic, the end stakes and stuff. So you guys got to make sure,
Yeah. Here's something real interesting that one Hex internet lurker says. This is a cool subject to talk about. Says, well, Hex doesn't have any news that would cause a real dump. Think about it. There's nobody, there's no Justin Sons, there's no freaking Charlie Lees, there's no Vitaliks, there's, Richard really is just the, he's yesterday's news to Hex, really. He doesn't really have anything to do with it. He can't turn anything off. He can't change anything. It's all basically, done, complete. So there's no news that can FUD Hex down. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's interesting because we've all, for those of you who were around in 2017, we saw every single time a stupid fucking interview was done and what do you call it? The periodicals would put out a China did this or South Korea did that or this happened here. It was like, boom, that coin would drop or that coin would freaking moon or whatever. All of the FUD that would happen or the FOMO that would happen from the news cycle. There really isn't a lot of news in Hex other than there's going to be positive news, right? I mean, what could really happen to Hex as far as some FUD now? I mean, they've already thrown all the scam shit out there. So it just seems that everything is going to end up, going to be good news.
There's a less of a attack surface, but let's just say if Hex gets pretty much the size of Bitcoin and bigger, right? There's always exchange delistings or bullshit like that, or countries going after it. India bans Hex or India reinstates Hex. We could be in the same position where we're just getting flip flopped. But I mean, at that fucking point, I mean, it's so gigantic. I mean, everyone's going to be saying, yeah, I'm not buying Hex, but they're over here on the decentralized apps on their phones buying it. I mean, but I think big FUD and maybe news like that, but that probably would affect the whole market because at that point, let's say Hex is such a gigantic part of the market that it would shake the entire market too. So it's sort of like like Hex could become like the US, where like when we sneeze, the world catches a cold.
Let's see, Darber 68. Love this channel. It is the best. I like this one as much as Hexo. Litecoin knows some shit that us older guys know. Good job, boys. Thanks, Starboard. To even put us in the same league as Hexo makes me proud and freaking gives me the warm fuzzies because he's a fucking machine, man. That guy is just like every day does his thing like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any better than Hexo. That guy is a machine. He's putting Hex on the map, man. Him being out there, him and Richard have really put Hex on the map.
I can't wait when Hex makes me a little more freer and stuff where I can just not be late to streams anymore because of work. That'd be really nice. I'd be on stream more and I'd do more streams too. And I know, like, I don't know. I mean, that'd be really cool. I mean, because like I would love to be like crypto full time because it's like I love talking about this stuff.
Ooh, the Snapper says bail-in laws were passed in Australia a few years ago. You just haven't implemented them. Wow. Cyprus all over again, coming to a country near you.
Dude, no wonder that currency fell like 40%, man. Fuck, man. I get the fuck out of Dodge, dude. Holy shit.
Let's see, Firebutton. They're asking him to come on stream and do some explaining, some splaining. And he said, not tonight, getting work done right now. I would like to come on DS in the next couple, though. So maybe we can see him on Friday. Hey, anybody, you guys, I'm going to give you one last chance here. You want to do 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock for FN Hangout? And that's Pacific time. We do it at 7 because I used to have a stream before that for my sister. But now I can do it anytime. So 5
o'clock. She moved it?
Yes, she moved it. it.
Okay, cool.
Moved it off of Friday, so not to run into, because
now that me that podcast, I would love to listen to it, man. I'm so interested in what's going on with Oklahoma, man. That shit makes me laugh so much.
Well, for those of you who don't know, my sister is the head of an American Indian Association, a national American Indian Association that repatriates remains and sacred items and stuff like that. She's a big time Indian lawyer, and she has a podcast, and I help her with it. So it's all based on Indian shit. A lot of you might not be interested.
You really blew my mind when you told me about that bullshit with blood laws, of how they choose you have to be Indian with an Indian to be considered 100% Indian. And then there's like cutoffs for to have enough Indian blood so you can be considered Native American. Like, what kind of shit is that, dude? What the fuck?
Well, it's funny because I don't want to get into all the politics of it all. I really hate doing that. I mean, it's especially on this show. This is not what it's for. But I mean, Native Americans have gotten the raw deal because of blood quantum and all these things. The blood quantum was made by this country's government to get rid of the Indian eventually. For instance, I'm only half. My dad's a full blood. He's an Adeus Catto from Louisiana. He's full blood. But my mom is French and Polish. She's white. And so that makes me half. So that makes my kids quarter. So their kids are going to be an eighth. And at some point, the blood quantum, if they don't marry Native people, the blood quantum is going to be washed out, and that nation no longer gets to exist because they don't have enough people in it. So it's kind of like a very strange reverse freaking genocide type deal where they want to get rid of these nations so they don't have to be accountable to them anymore.
Right.
Like the Lakota, they had that big event up at Mount Rushmore, and people don't understand what that really means, what Mount Rushmore really means to the Lakota people up there. That's their Mount Sinai. That's where their God dwells. And they blew a bunch of white guys' faces on it, not to say anything bad about, I love this country and I love what it stands for. And I love the founding fathers and all that stuff. I get it. But some of the shit that they do is just fucking ridiculous because that mountain is now scarred and defaced. That used to be called the Pasapas, which was the 6 grandfathers. And if you look at old pictures of Mount Rushmore, what Mount Rushmore had on it, and you can still see it to this day, there's a couple of Indian faces left up there. They look like old, wrinkled Indian men, and they call it the 6 grandfathers, and that's where God dwells for them. That's their place where their God dwells. And for them to have done that to it, and plus that land belongs to them, it's treated to them, they still own it to this day. And in fact, the government said a few years back, I think it was about a decade ago, hey, we fucked up. it's your land. Here, we're going to give you reparations for it. And the Lakota people said, no, screw you. You guys go ahead and keep it. We're going to keep fighting for the whole thing. Because they tried to give them reparations like, we'll pay you for it. They said, no, it's our land. You go ahead and just keep stealing it. Let's leave it at that. We're not going to take the money. We're going to let it still be stolen. How does that sound? And that's how they left it. So it fires me up a little bit because they just, this whole thing with the changing the name of the Redskins and all that is, it's cool, but it's like, this should have been changed a long ass time ago. And for them to be doing it now because of all the movements and shit that's going on, I don't even get me started. But anyway, sorry about all that.
No, that shit's important, man. That's some slimy, slithery fucking bullshit, dude. That shit makes me angry, man. Like, I just you grow up all your fucking life thinking that it's just we just chose this fucking place to put the fucking the founding fathers on there, and that'd be really cool, right? Then it's like imagine like us going to the Middle East and destroying the fucking the Temple of Jerusalem, what's left of the wall, and putting shit on it. Like, what the fuck?
Ford, Clinton, and Trump up on Mount Sinai and see how they feel about that. Hey, the whole world would be in an uproar, but no one's ever said anything about this other than, you'll get mad at a couple of Indians for going up there and flipping off a camera or pissing on Mount Rushmore, doing shit like that. It's like, why are they doing that? That's the founding fathers and blah, 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 and it's like, no, you don't understand the history. You don't understand really what's going on and how those people there, they owned the Black Hills. The Black Hills gold was theirs. The reason that Custer went up there and took that shit from them was because of Black Hills Gold. And it was money that did it. It was belonged to them. It still belongs to them today. And even the federal government has said, hey, we're sorry, it belongs to you. Here, let us give you some money. They should be the richest nation in the United States because of all that gold that was up there. But for the last 150 years in a row, the Pine Ridge Reservation has been the poorest county in the whole United States. They got people that don't have heating. They don't have kids, don't have shoes. They don't have running water, all kinds of crazy shit over there in Pine Ridge. And those are the people that own that. So, I mean, it's an atrocity. It's a fight that's still going to go on for a long time, but I mean, that's the kind of shit that happens. But
dude, and then like, if you just so you guys ever get this in your head too, just the last little thing, right? Like if you ever go to like an Indian casino, look at the land. Don't look at the casino. Just look at the land that they gave people. How fucking hot it is, dude. It's like 107 every motherfucking place out there in California.
What's funny is, somebody asked me, she's like, why do you Indian people live out in the most horrible places, out in the deserts and stuff? It's like, man, motherfucker, they lived on the beachfront properties and shit. They moved them away from that shit. What are you talking about, man? We lived in Palos Verdes over here, man, on the Laguna coastline. We weren't living out there in freaking Morongo out in the damn desert. Motherfuckers were living in lap of luxury until they got booted out from it.
I'd be surprised they didn't put them in fucking Death Valley, man. Jeez. I mean, dude, like I remember hearing some people saying like, oh, it's really pretty out here, right? No, yeah, it looks pretty when you're inside of a car, AC running full fucking blast. Go outside for fucking 5 minutes and tell me that shit's pretty. Nah.
So
assholes, man.
So one of my things, so let's moon boy for a second. So one of my like kind of dreams, if let's say Hex goes to $1 or something, and at that point it's like money isn't even an issue for anything, I was like, okay, I'm gonna set up a freaking army. And I'm going to start building a whole nation I'm going to start buying some land somewhere and just start building, hey, all you Indians come here. Let's get a treaty going and let me help your tribe. And we'll just start moving motherfuckers in here and just don't matter how much blood quantum you have. You can be part of this nation. You know what I mean? Cause that's how it really was. All Indian nations just allowed other Indians to come into their nation. So like if you were a Choctaw or Chickasaw, Cherokee, Wichita, Caddo, whatever, it was
culture.
It was culture. Some people even were like, in battles and stuff, they were captured and they were brought into the family and into the tribe and they became part of that tribe. So, I mean, they didn't like keep people out. Like, we have a border here and you can't come over and be, a Caddo, or you can't be a Choctaw, or it didn't work like that. People, they intermixed and they mingled, and it didn't matter, just like today, it doesn't matter. You can be an American, but you can't be, for instance, part of my tribe, you can't be an Adeus. You can't be, you have to be born in blood into it. I can't just make Litecoin Moses part of our nation. You can't immigrate into my nation, which you should be allowed to. You know what I mean? I should be able to bring you in and say, hey, here's my immigration laws. All you motherfuckers, come here, come tax free. We're a sovereign nation. Come here and come tax free. See, that's what they don't want to do. They wanted to make treaties with these people, but they have to give them sovereignty. And by giving them sovereignty, that gives them too much power over the United States government, because they can do shit like that. Like, I can say, hey, I'm gonna take this reservation land here, and as a deus, I'm gonna allow all of you folks to, if you own HEX and you're staked out, that's gonna be part of my immigration policy. If you're a HEX owner, you could come move into my reservation and be part of our tribe, and we'll immigrate you in, and it's not gonna cost you any crypto taxes.
The tribe of Hexicans. The Hexicans.
They can do that, So it was kind of like my fantasy to like try and create something like that if money was no object. Let's see.
That'd be really cool. Can you imagine they did that in fucking Oklahoma? They just said like tax-free zone. There'd be a lot of people with fucking Indian feathers or some bullshit fronted on fucking Facebook and Twitter and shit, saying like, "Oh, I love fucking Oklahoma now."
And like you said, running with feathers and shit. But
fucking shit, dude. That shit cracks me up.
It's like the only thing about that is that really didn't do anything other than provide jurisdictional rights for those 5 tribes that are in that area. So that's half of Oklahoma is now under the jurisdiction of those 5 tribes. And it doesn't mean that they own any of that land or that they can take any of that land. It just means that jurisdiction is under their tribal law. So they still have the right to tribal law. And then, of course, anything that's federal law is federal law there. So, but it's very interesting, crypto, and what it could mean in the native community, like that, because they're sovereign nations. They can make their own rules. They can do what Montana did, or they can do, hey, come, come move out here and become part of our nation, and you can get 0% on your crypto gains. They have the right to do that. Right. Let's see what else have we got going on here.
They should open fucking internet's fucking. They should like VPN over here to Oklahoma and do free fucking like sports betting, man. That would light the country ablaze, dude. If they let internet fucking sports betting, Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, that was another thing Indian reservations were looking into, was being able to do that kind of stuff. I mean,
look into Funfair. I
remember when Funfair came out. I remember that.
It's still around, and those guys are crypto OGs. They got a lot of Bitcoin. They're like, you can look at some of the oldest videos of some of the first conferences and stuff. You can just see like this shitty little banner, Funfair. I'm like, dude, they one of these days. I mean, they have probably like what I like about them is that they post the contract out and they tell you the games, so you know the rules. And if, of course, like people like Good Texture and them could probably look into it and say, oh yeah, it's what they say. That's the odds, and the odds, they can't change them. That's what it is. So it's sort of like an immutable contract. If this is the rules for blackjack, that's it. Can't be changed. And here's the contract for the slot machines. This is the percentage gains, or how you can win the house edge. That's it. And that's kind of a cool way to kind of do it and stuff, where like everyone knows, like, okay, yeah, the house has an edge, but this is what it is.
This is the percentage of edge here.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, you can't be cheap, because that's one of the things with like internet casinos and stuff. Like why a lot of them have like live feeds where they actually shuffle the cards in front of you and post the cards out and stuff, and then the camera is always on the cards, so you can make sure that there is
live cards, not electronic cards.
Exactly, electronic, because people have been ripped off really bad on those electronic casinos and stuff.
Hey, man, there's bitches with some cards though. They can change. They can freaking hand some shit out.
I know. There's always fuckery.
Yeah, there's. Let's check the chat real quick again. So Ethereum has the best auditors available, the best bug bounty program, the best development ecosystem. See hex.win. Hey, great advertisement, Woody. Yeah, that's why Richard chose Ethereum, was because it was like the best thing going. Now, I mean, Tron's doing good, huh?
Tron.
They would be a good target audience. So yeah, so guys, before we roll it up here, anybody's got some questions, throw them in there. But the Dlive community, I want everybody to start working on Dlivers and getting involved in the Dlive community. Go to Mama Rock's channel, start posting around and promoting the show. All of my show promoters and help us bring people over. We're already doing some good work on trending on their platform. And then don't forget that I am still uploading to YouTube. If you're on there and you're watching, I do upload every show to YouTube. And so far we haven't had any problems. The only problem we had was when we were live streaming. And of course, when Hexologist was streaming live, that's when they pulled him down. And of course, same for Richard. They pulled him down at the same time thing. So for some reason, the live streaming is what's getting us over YouTube. But if you do go to Discourse Syndicate on YouTube, you'll be able to watch all the episodes there. We're also on Periscope, Dlive, and Twitch. And tomorrow, I'm changing the name of the channel. Now, I don't know if that's going to make any problems for everybody. The RG3 pirate thing was temporary. It was just an account I had made here. It wouldn't let me change the name. By the time I figured it all out, I had kind of screwed up the name. But tomorrow it's going to let me change it. So I'm going to change it to Discourse_Syndicate. And so it'll be Discourse Syndicate. It'll be how you find us from now on. And so hopefully that doesn't screw anything up. I am going to ask Mama Rock about that. Let's see, I will definitely do my part to help with promotion on Dlive. Yes, you are, Mama Rock. We appreciate you, and we know.
Thank you so much.
Do you know if that's going to screw me up, Mama Rock? Do you know if I change the name, if all of my people aren't going to be able to find it, or if they're already, the followers and everything are linked, so they should be good, is my guess. Let's see. The name will change automatically. Everyone will still be notified. Okay, cool. So I'm going to change it to Discourse_Syndicate and put the real name of the show on there versus my name. All right. Cool. Anything else, bro? I don't want to keep everybody too long at night.
Fucking 5 to 15 year stakes, man. Shit. I don't know, man. I think I don't know. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing like 10 stakes a day, and I'm just laddering them from 5 to 10, from 15 now. And I'm not doing any 1 to 5s anymore.
You know what? I got something here. Mama Rock, did anybody give you any HEX yet? I totally forgot about that. Let's see if she answers here. I know she just dropped 5 ice creams on us. Has anybody given you any HEX, Mama Rock? Oh, do the chest, RG3. Yes, damn straight. I will do the chest. We'll do the chest. And some of that's from the other day, too, because I didn't do the chest on one of the...
when you forget a day, does that just roll over?
I think it just rolls over.
Damn. Dude.
Not yet. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, Mama Rock. You and I, I'm going to send you a link. Somehow, somewhere I need to be able to communicate with you and send you a link so that you and I can talk. I want to give you some Ethereum so that we'll set you up a wallet. I'll show you how to set up a wallet. I'm going to give you some Ethereum, and I'm going to show you how to go into the AA lobby and get your own HEX, mint your own HEX. So we're going to take that Ethereum and we're going to turn it into HEX. And then I'm going to show you how you can stake that HEX. Okay. So we're going to do that for you. So you and I need to somehow get into a private chat so that we can talk. And I'm going to give you some ether so you can get some HEX. Let's see here. All right, guys, I'm going to do the chest now.
Ooh.
Let's see. Let's put some in there and let's submit it. Okay. It's grown. Now let's get ready to throw it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm on Discord, Mama Rock. I think I'm just RG3 on there, right?
Yeah, you have to give her the numbers on your Discord. There's
let's see. Where do I find that at real quick here? Let me see. Discord. I don't even know how to see my damn self on this thing. I leave my phone on all the time. People could just hear my shit. Okay.
That's one thing Discord has to improve is sharing your username.
So it's Mama Rock. It's RG3 hash 8199. So let me type that in here for you. So RG3 hash 8199, and that's it right there. So that's my Discord. So we'll talk in Discord, and we'll set you up with a wallet, and we'll get you into HEX. You need to be into HEX, and we'll make that happen for you, Mama Rock. Cool. All right. So everybody, here comes the chest. Let me throw this out there. So we are distributing war. Who's gonna get it? We are distributing 25 seconds. This is cool. We got a fucking pirate chest to give away, dude.
Hell yeah.
We got a pirate chest. How could it be more perfect than having a pirate chest to give away every day?
Right. Imagine if we waited like a month before distributing that 1 month stream, how much lemons that would be, dude. That'd be crazy.
Where'd it go? It didn't say who got it. Oh, there it is. Oh, Mama Grok got 137 lemons. Hector the Protector got 79.4. Internet Lurker got 57.6. Brian Magruder, 46 lemons. And Franklin pulled down 38. Awesome. That's cool. That is a cool platform that does that, because they put a little in and then we can put a little in, and you guys are, it's like a big freaking lemon fest. All right, guys, Mama Rock, I'll catch up with you here on Discord. I gotta go hang out with the fam for a few, but then I'll see if I can get to you, and we'll get you some ETH, and then you'll be a freaking true Hex again. We'll get you in some Hex. All right, Litecoin, thanks for hanging out, bro.
And no problem, man. Always.
We'll catch you guys all next time on Discourse Syndicate. Thanks again. See you. Bye-bye. Listen here.